Hi, you're a Ganja kid. I'm Gravekipper. It's midnight. It's always midnight. It's your right ear and your left ear. It actually is midnight. It actually is. It's midnight 20. And I thought, Sunday, I might as well. It's a bit cheeky. Going to do a quiet little. Don't know how busy this stream will be. Let me check. Don't know how busy this stream will be. Yeah, you can hear me talking. So, don't know how busy this stream will be. That's irrelevant. I want to play Genshin Impact. I'm playing it. I've just done my bit of a grind.
Made umbrellas that block neither rain nor shine.
Just done my bit of a grind, and I'm going to do a story. I'm going to do the Honest Justice. What's lined up? All that's lined up. That story quest.
Their sole purpose is for decoration upon a wall.
Always get the wrong thing. That story quest is. There's 14 days to do this event thing. Complete the Honest Justice quest to unlock, or you could quick start it. I might as well do the quest. So here I am. To the next thing on the list. Once we've cleared off this quest and the event that's attached to it, we've got one more story quest, two more story quests, and there's one more locked up here, so 3 more story quests after that. One big Archon quest in the Chasm, which is for a rainy day. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 world quests. So we're actually getting quite close to. I mean, there's no way you could ever talk about completion in Genshin Impact, I don't think.
If my calculations are correct, Wanwen Bookhouse.
I'm certainly not going to 100%
Did
it.
you know that the sound of thunder is the prelude to new life? Soon, this land will be brimming with vitality.
But, you know, we're getting close to 100% in the available content. I'm going to have to do the. I can't help it. I'm going to have to do the run for the. I don't need these anymore. It's just I'm compelled to collect them, as I have done on my run many a time. I can't go past them and leave them there, can I? It just seems nuts. Might as well pick them up on the run. Yeah, so I doubt I'll 100% it. I'm certainly not going to collect all the characters or anything like that, but it'd be nice. Today, earlier, we played House Flipper. Quite enjoyed it. It would be nice to move into a position where I had ironed out most of the main content, and like most people, would be waiting for the new updates and new things happening. Once a week Genshin Impact streams makes sense to me. As a committed Genshin Impact, call me fan, Genshineer. I'm a Genshineer. But that off-cam grind, you know, today I've been in the domains, hit the same domain about 5 to 7 times. I'll keep that to myself.
Where did the detective song go? Itto should be somewhere around here.
Let's hope we find him then, because there's electricity blowing up everywhere.
Has a vision. Why not see if you can track him down using elemental sight?
Elemental sight, good idea, Paimon. I don't want to get hit by electricity.
Footprints! Let's see where they lead. There's a camp here, but nothing stands out as particularly noteworthy. Let's keep moving forward.
Let's keep moving forward. This way you want us to move. Yeah. Continue the pursuit. Go on then.
Speed of light. The Temple of Wisdom.
The Temple of Boom.
Incoming. With sword comes shadow.
Sword comes shadow. It's going to be quite a, you know, I'm not going to be shouting my mouth off because it's past midnight on a Sunday, but it's quite noisy with all the electricity popping off, isn't it?
Is that Arataki Itto?
Is that him?
He doesn't seem to be looking this way. It'll save a lot of hassle if we can avoid a fight.
Come on then. I've got to throw beans at him. Don't ask. What? No. Hold E to... He's seen me. I'm in trouble. I've ballsed it right up. So, I've got to hold E to aim, throw beans. There we go, look. How about that? How do you like these beans? I don't think you mind.
Beans!
Oh no. Oh no, it's going to make him sad.
What should we do?
Don't be alarmed. It's just my my allergies acting up. I've got it under control. It's all right. I got this. I just gotta tough it out. Who am I kidding? I gotta catch my breath here. Whatever it is you want, it's gonna have to wait. I need a moment.
What's happening is that Arakati Itto is a kind of demon in human form, I learned, and that his
Need a moment.
lineage...
Woo.
Finish now, yeah?
That's better. That sure took a lot out of me, though.
His lineage, there were two of them, a red one and a blue one, and the red one wanted to be with the people, so the blue one said, why don't I pretend to be a bad chuffer and you can chase me away and all the people will like you? And they said, oh, that's a good idea. And then when he did that, the bad chuffer, or the blue one, was actually a good chuffer, obviously, like, did all the, scared him away, and then the blue one had gone. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, I feel sad, but I can be with the people now. And that's the story of the red chuffer that he is descended from. So the beans was a reference to how he was bullied by children throwing beans at him before. And it's like a reference to that. It's all part of history, but not history that actually directly happened to Arataki Itto, as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was his ancestors that happened to. And we feel more, really, for anyone, we feel more sad about the blue one and what happened to them, because they just went off.
Hey, why'd you have to be so mean, huh? Surprise attacking me like that.
There's plenty more beans in the bag. You better come quietly. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa, take it easy. Just stop with the beans, okay? So you're here to bring me in. How in the world did you find me all the way out here anyway?
Can't remember.
Well, whatever. If you think I'm going back with you, you can forget it. I'd walk away if I were you. I pack a mean punch, you know. I don't want to hurt any regular folks like you.
I find his personality a little bit abrasive, and so...
That's pretty big talk considering all the beans we have.
If we do have to kick off, we can.
Yep, that's right. Me, all by myself. Nobody else. As boss of the Arataki gang, I gotta nab a little food and drink when we're running low. That's only natural, right?
Yeah, but nabbing people? That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
Nabbing.
Not when their families will pay good Mora
someone's
to
been
see them again.
nabbing.
Easy pickings.
Did you just confess to kidnap?
And the extra Mora means I can, give some to my gang to spend on themselves.
Okay.
Hey, what's with all the questions? Like I said, I'm not going back with you, so stop wasting everybody's time.
I'm a bit surprised none of us have got struck by lightning yet.
No way, mister. We've accepted a commission to bring you back.
What did you say, little one? Go on. Say it to my face.
Come on, then.
Well, mostly she took a commission to bring you back.
Fine, then.
Looks like you aren't gonna let this drop. In that case, we...
Uncle Itto!
Don't run now. Careful or you'll fall.
You're right, Uncle Mara. What are you doing, you little boy?
What's taking you so long? You said we were gonna have a beetle fight today. Come on, you promised.
Yeah, that's right. Still going ahead. But you see, I've been out here for ages, and I still can't find a beetle that I like. So, just give Uncle Itto a little more time.
Huh? Who are they? Are they your friends?
Yeah, that's right. I told them not to come, but what can I say? They were just too worried about me.
In a mirroring of the child storyline with Tusa.
It's because of a little thing called, prestige. Yeah, because of all the prestige Uncle Itto has.
Huh? What are you talking about?
And it seems that we're not heartless. We're not going to break a child's heart. We're going to lie to save the child's feelings. Interesting concept coming up to Christmas. You know, a lot of people lie to their children around Christmas, don't they? Personally, I'm not so sure about lying to children about stuff in general. I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, in general, I felt that I was a bit more sophisticated than the lies that were being told me, and that I realised that the people were lying to save my feelings, but that didn't help my feelings because I knew they were lying, so like maybe talking about things and being truthful might have been better.
Come on, just play along. Leave the kid out of this.
Uncle Itto, you don't look so good. You look like you're about to fall over.
It's lovely in this picture though, all the light and the movement. Very relaxing for bedtime. Maybe I should have played House Flipper. This is all go.
That's because Uncle Itto bumped his noggin on a tree branch while looking for a beetle. Uh-oh. It's all good, though. These horns are rock solid.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. Granny and I will keep heading back now. Don't be too long.
Yep, I'll be right there. Hope you're ready to lose today.
Who were those people?
Oh, Paimon, I don't need to have that explained to me, please.
The old lady was Granny Oni. She's the one who took me in and raised me. And the kid's name is Daisuke. I took him in just a while back. They're both like family to me.
That's right.
They escaped with me out this way, along with my boys from the Arataki gang. If I didn't bring them with me, the Tenryou Commission would be knocking on their doors for sure.
I had no idea you were so caring towards others, and it gives me good reason to feel positively about you instead of just that you're a dick.
Right. But if you care about them so much, then you shouldn't have done all that stuff that made them worry about you in the first place.
You dick.
Listen, how about we make a deal? You two let me go wrap things up with Daisuke, and once we're done battling beetles, the two of us will settle things with a duel. If you win, I'll come quietly. You can take me back to Inazu. I'll just tell little...
That's a great deal.
Come with me. Saves you...
I would rather just wait here, to be honest. I'm happy to wait here and get struck by lightning rather than going to the Oni Kabuto capture spot, but...
Body in mind.
You know... I'll play along. I'll play the game.
By the way, Paimon's curious. What kind of game is beetle fighting?
You guys have seen Oni Kabuto out in the wild, right? Even
I
though they
won't play
might
this
look
game,
menacing on the outside, they're big softies on the inside. Most of the time, they're just sitting there doing nothing.
Like, forcing animals to fight each other for entertainment, definitely not vegan.
But let me tell ya, once the grand game of beetle fighting is a match. Hey, it's not just some kid's game, okay? I have taken part in more beetle fights than you would believe. But it's not just about all the physical stuff. Oh no, your Oni Kabuto's gotta be in the right headspace as well. Boy, are you two lucky you ran into me.
But we're not the ones that will be playing. We're just here to keep an eye on you.
If we do have to do this, I will just... I'll sanitize it by saying the beetles don't get hurt, they just sort of move each other out the ring, and that once people have played their silly game of beetle fighting, they release the beetles into the wild, and then the beetles go about their business unmolested. We'll just say that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anyway, not a problem. You two might think I'm just tooting my own horns here, but just you wait. I'll make you a beetle expert in no time.
I wonder how jokes like tooting my own horns translate through from... I mean, I wonder if it was originally written in Chinese or English, or if they rewrite sections entirely, because that's quite a specific joke there. You say tooting your own horn if you're, up yourself, but do they say that in China as well? I don't know.
And by the way, that kid has one tough beetle. We can't
Okay, so he's...
Okay, let me see. There. Let's head to that hill. I'll bet my butt...
Come on. Whatever.
Time to act.
Uh-oh! Lightning storm!
What do you mean, uh-oh, lightning storm? It's been consistently lightning storm.
Just our luck. Well, darn it, they're all
They're
gone.
all gone. Leap off the gorge.
Let's hop down from here and take a look. My guts tell... Look! You see all those purple things? It's a whole pile of Oni Kabuto!
No, they're lavender melons.
Oh, what the... no, not lavender melons. Well, even a pro like myself can make a mistake from time to time. It's okay, just gotta roll with...
I'm out here with Dumb and Dumber. Digging up lavender melons.
weather is wild.
Wild.
I see everything.
There's one. There's a... Don't get excited.
This is the one.
That's it.
Yeah, it's on the smaller side. But just let the expert explain.
Just
okay?
get hold of
Listen,
that.
You can never see a beetle's true energy until it's in the ring.
Just get hold of that beetle and let's go with your weird... He's got a sex collar on.
It might look a bit young and docile, but that's got its advantages. Haven't you ever heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Young beetles that have never fought before always go all out in their first fight. Hey, didn't I say not to worry? Come on, just have a little faith, would ya? My experience is telling me that this...
Right here! Look
Paimon, what are you doing?
found! If we're gonna battle some beetles, then Paimon wants in! It's not like we have anything else to do. When you hopped down, Paimon flew off somewhere else nearby and found this one. What do you think, Itto? It's big and strong and looks like a real fighter. It matches back the one you guys found must be way bigger.
Look how good that beetle is. Let's get that beetle.
Oh, you got some experience catching beetles too, huh?
Paimon's an ace at this.
Nope. This is the first one Paimon's ever caught.
Well, looks like you got a real knack for this. You'll be a...
Oh, so...
Anyway.
Well, so many unrelated things have to come together at once in just the right way to make victory happen.
As in pure luck? Huh. Guess it makes no difference whether we have Paimon's beetle or not then.
Whoa. let's not do anything rash here.
Yeah, so it's funny because he was like, you don't want that one. Honestly, it's not that good. I'm sure mine will be better, trying to get it up. And then she's like, no, I don't want it then. He's like, oh, no, you do want it.
I think both of these fine
they're
beetles
great
have a shot
beetles.
at winning. Anyway, time to head back and get this show started. Man, I am psyched for this. Woo! Let's go!
Please, let's. Have a bug battle. Doing what I'm told.
Finally,
With the lightning going
you're
off.
back. Can we start our beetle fight now?
I don't know why we're hanging out on Lightning Island, but yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure thing, buddy. But you better...
Don't worry. I'm not scared of your beetle. Go, Stripey Ghost!
This is definitely not vegan.
I've got this fight in the bag. Let's go, Nimble Ninja.
Huh? When did you come up with that name?
Come on, you can take him, little guy.
That's right! Finish it!
All action today. Excite.
Oh, no! My little Nimble Ninja!
There you go. Can you just let it run off then?
Dang it. It's my 7th loss in a row.
Stripey Ghost is invincible! Even Uncle Itto can't beat him.
Well done.
I won't forget this. I'll beat you next time, I swear.
All right, chill. He gets funny about this sort of stuff. He gets eggy about it.
All right, Paimon, you're up.
Paimon?
Time to give Crimson Cyclone a shot.
Crimson
Maybe it'll
Cyclone?
end this losing streak of mine.
All right, go get him, Crimson Cyclone!
That name caught on quick.
Whoa! That one looks ultra strong,
Yeah, this is completely not vegan.
but it's still no match for you, Stripey.
All right, little guy, use your Super Paimon Tornado!
No, I can't believe it. I lost.
Yay! We won! Ha! Paimon knew Crimson Cyclone would be the best!
Good one. Good one.
Boy, did that one put up a fight.
All right.
I know a real beetle trainer when I see one.
It's like Pokemon,
Way
isn't
to
it?
kick some beetle.
See? Paimon's got real talent. Oh, right.
Can we-
This is for you, you
Huh?
That's it.
Go
Give him the
ahead,
beetle
take
and
it.
let's just
But-
move on.
Of course. Anyway,
Good. You're from the Tenryou Commission, aren't you? I bet you're here to capture Uncle Itto.
So he knew all about it anyway, and all that sham and charade to pretend we were playing Beatles. He saw straight through it. It's why you shouldn't lie to kids. It's all a load of bollocks. Just tell him the fucking truth. Sophisticated, he understood.
hey, didn't I tell you? They're my friends.
No, stop lying to him.
In fact, they're in the gang.
No, I'm not.
We're practically family.
Not at all.
That's not true.
Exactly.
I already know everyone in your little gang.
See?
But I've never seen these two before.
You're right, kid.
Uncle Itto didn't do anything wrong. Don't take him away.
Well, Daisuke, it is complex, but we just need to go and have a discussion with him. Everything will be alright, don't worry.
And not only did he not do anything wrong, he also saved my life. He's not a bad guy.
I totally understand your point.
Hey,
He'll be back soon.
some things we don't tell to outsiders, remember? How should I explain?
How should you
I'm
explain?
a real lousy liar.
Well, we got that. We understand that, don't we, Itto?
Itto, sometimes you need to just say what you have to say.
Don't
worry about us.
I guess.
Yes.
Thanks,
Granny.
Seems I can't hide it anymore.
There's bugs lying around.
Come with
look.
me. I'll explain everything.
This bug's the same size as Paimon, and she thinks it's great. She's having fun. Yeah, look, I found this bug and it's big. Like, it's the same size as Paimon. If you had a beetle the same size as you wouldn't be enjoying this sequence. You'd be very set about. You'd be. I wouldn't like it. It's the same size as his head. It's bigger than his head. That beetle is bigger than your head. If you want to play beetle fights, I've got a beetle that's bigger than your head. Probably all right without that, actually. Probably just leave that well alone.
I'll be honest with you. This thing the Tenryou Commission is investigating, with someone going around taking people and their possessions, it wasn't me. Any of it.
Oh, that's convenient, because earlier you confessed to it, so I've got a top tip for you. Don't go around confessing to kidnappings that you didn't do. Top tip. I could see where this is going, though. You know, story mode, he's a good chuffer, so we've got to find out who did do it, and we've wasted all our time just getting to this point. That's all been fluff.
I have my own reasons for lying about it.
Fine.
And I really didn't want to get innocent people caught up in this while I'm still trying to solve the real problem here.
Okay.
And the same as you. I just want to avoid conflict at all costs.
Except when it comes to beetles.
It's just not worth it if someone gets hurt.
The beetle is fine.
So why in the world would you say that you were the culprit?
Yeah. To protect people.
Maybe you don't know because you're Outlanders, but it all started a
my
long,
God.
long time ago. The story of the Crimson Oni and the Blue Oni.
Not this again.
Hold on a second. If you're talking about that fairy tale, we've heard that one already.
So now I'm to believe that the blue Oni does, you know, the blue people, they exist too, but you have to protect them now because they have to live outside the law because everyone hates them, thinks they're bad, so you have to get stuff for them and protect them or stuff like that, or protect them when they steal stuff. I don't know.
Oh, so you already know. Well, that makes things a whole lot easier.
It certainly does.
So, is the story from the fairy tale really true?
Everything about the fate of the Oni is true. The Blue Oni chose exile, and the Crimson Oni stayed behind.
Got it.
But the other details aren't historically accurate. Fairy tales are nice stories, but there's something they leave out. It's a little thing called the cold, hard truth.
Okay, I do kind of accept this. You know, we got told a fairy story and now we're getting to find out the real deal. But, you know, when they told us the fairy story, that's the game telling us the story. So I was led to believe it. Again, they did it recently with The Wanderer. Like, you know, they'll tell you something and then be like, oh yeah, but no, that's not exactly it though. You know, isn't it? Why did you lead me down that dark alley? Why don't you just tell me the straight truth from the start, you chuffer? I mean, my character's learning bit by bit, I suppose, but sometimes like this, again here, I feel a little bit peeved being led to believe one thing and then immediately being told that's not true.
The Inazuma of long ago was a dangerous place. If you wanted the Raiden Shogun's protection, you had to have a good relationship with the humans. The Oni are a proud kind, so it wasn't easy for them to ask others for acceptance. Over time, the Oni eventually split into two factions. The Crimson Oni were friendly with the humans.
I know.
But the Blue Oni, they were more stubborn and insisted on keeping to their own.
I understand this.
Paimon thought you were two different species. So really, you're all one family?
We live as one family. One family. We live as one family. I'm going to have to hear it. But, you know, it's probably going to get me copyright, and it's not right for a chill-out stream, but all that electricity's going off, I don't give a fuck. We live as one family. Old school. That'll be it then. Some Justice Urban Shakedown featuring Mickey Finn 1991. And I've got this upstairs, or my sister's got this for sure. Really lucky to have these records in my possession. It's going to take a little bit of a minute just for the adverts to tick by. There you go. You don't have to see the picture of it. Actually, you can hear it instead.
Yep, that's right. There's no real difference between us. We just paint our horns different colors to show which side we belong to. Because humans were still wary of Oni at the time. The Crimson Oni always hoped to find a way to live in peace with the humans, but the Blue Oni kept clashing with them. Humans didn't see a difference between Crimson and Blue Oni. All they knew was that Oni were hard to get along with. If things were to continue that way, the Oni were never gonna get along with humans. And so, the most revered leaders of the Crimson and Blue Oni decided to resolve it once and for all. Over drinks, they swore an oath. The Blue Oni would play the role of evil Oni to help the Crimson Oni integrate into human society. But the Blue Oni's leader gave two conditions. First, the Oni must abandon any prejudice they held against humanity. Every Oni was to accept humans in their heart before the humans accepted them. Oni were not to use their strength to mistreat humans, but were also not to stand for mistreatment against themselves.
Ready? Hands in the air time. One family, we live as one family. I assume it's going to do the sample. At this point I'll be hearing it mixed. Because often it could be the remix that you remember more than the actual original mix, but... Yeah, of course, look. Flashback. There's one family. Okay. I just wanted to hear it, so it got mentioned It got brought up. It wasn't my fault.
Second, the Crimson Oni were to integrate with human society, but not by trying to please the humans. The Oni were to embrace their own honest characters, their surging tempers, and their awesome strength to win respect from the humans. In other words, they were to carry on the Oni bloodline while also protecting our Oni pride.
I see.
After choosing exile, the number of blue Oni began to dwindle, until eventually, they disappeared altogether. Since I first heard the story of the blue and crimson Oni as a kid, I've heard it countless times in my life. Not once did I ever imagine that the blue Oni clan had actually survived.
So you're saying the real culprit was a descendant of the blue Oni?
That's right. Most people don't pay attention to the color of an Oni's horns. They probably don't. Nothing gets
Please,
by the Arataki gang.
I know there's going to be a lot of
Scene of the
talking,
crime,
but
they saw an Oni with different color horns than mine.
I get it.
Still, it'd be strange if the culprit really was a descendant of the blue Oni. I can't bring myself to accept it.
Because the Blue Oni also value their own pride? Or because we need to talk about it for another 10 minutes?
Exactly. They would give up their life before abandoning their pride.
So maybe it's someone dressing up as an Oni to sort of like get someone in trouble?
I've always respected the blue Oni for the sacrifice they made. Our pride does not allow for any wrongdoing.
Got it.
My guess is that the blue Oni was tricked or forced into it somehow. That's right. If I didn't step in, the Tenryou Commission would have definitely caught them by now.
But what does Daisuke have to do with any of this?
He was the one I managed to save from the Ronin after I sent them running from the scene.
I think I could like Ronin. I might be wrong.
He was off playing somewhere when they came by and ransacked his house.
Ronin.
The whole reason I'm in this is to help this kid find his mom and dad again.
Okay.
I never wanted to tell you any of this. There's more to this than just one blue Oni. There's a dangerous group behind everything that's been going on. I didn't want to get anyone else caught up in this mess.
He's interesting because he like comes across like a jovial buffoon. I think we've been through this with him once before when he came across like a total jovial buffoon, but then turned out to be quite a serious chuffer. You know? Quite a serious chuffer there, isn't he, really? Dealing with all this business.
That's everything. The whole story.
All right.
But if you're willing to believe me, then please, give me a little time.
I'm
Once
going
I
to
find the
help
blue
you.
Oni...
Yep, Paimon too. Just
Let's get on with
treat
it.
like we're...
So, you...
I assume we're going to go
Alright.
somewhere, have a big
I
fight.
should tell you, though, things could get a little dangerous, so...
Got it.
Don't worry about us.
All right. Then our first job is to investigate where this blue Oni is hiding out. There's a victim.
A camp, let's go. Go check on the victim. No, the victim? I thought go check on the fucking chuffers. Oh, is this the thing that I'm supposed to be doing? Adjust orientation? Or have I done this one? No, I haven't done this one. This one will be that thing down there, look, won't it? I'm just going to mark this and come back to it. I haven't got the brain power for it tonight. I was just thinking I should probably go to another rave or two before, you know, I tuck her out in my life. Sort of giving up going to raves in a way, but, you know, there's certain things I wouldn't still want to do, like get wasted. But I could still go to a rave, but then I'd probably not want to be there the whole night like I used to. So maybe I'd like to go there for, a few hours. Maybe I could just go there for a few hours, pop in, pop out. And then I was thinking, maybe that's where I should go to a festival and just pop into the dance tent for a bit. That might be an idea. Hear from the victim. Will do.
Yo, you must be Masato.
Masato.
An Oni? Oh no, not another one!
Not another Oni.
Oh, yeah. Not the one that robbed you, though, so, chill.
Right. Sorry. It's not the first time that's happened to me.
Anyway.
But this time was different. They weren't willing to talk things over.
I get it.
Huh? That's totally uncalled for.
I got
Pardon,
down on
they're
my
robbers.
knees and begged. Said I had a family to care
Robbers.
for, and that my business is our only livelihood.
I begged them, please don't be the robbers, the bad robbers, and they were bad robbers. How rude of them.
Then I saw that there was an Oni among the group.
Oh,
I thought but
Bad Oni.
instead, he stopped the others and told them to let me go.
How strange.
Yeah, that got them all arguing with each other. His cohort said that I was sure to retaliate if they released me. But the young Oni was insistent that they shouldn't lay a finger on me. Things got real heated. I thought they were gonna come to blows. Luckily, they let me escape with my life in the end. And I scrambled to get myself here, where I'd be safe. I never want to set foot outside of here again!
So he'll steal, but he won't harm people. Seems he has some sort of standards.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm just going to try something with the camera. Just thinking, just bear with me, just bear with me. It's just got this going in my mind, just thinking now all of a sudden. I was thinking, I do stand out. My sister said my camera's a bit harsh. It's a colour grade and a light. But against the game, how much balanced am I there? Reasonable colour grade. But I could be a little bit. I've got a chroma key red. And then after that, I could take. What could I take down? My brightness. No, that makes this worse, doesn't it? That's not good. Just pop it back there. My contrast could come down a bit. That's bad. Just put that back where it was. I'm sure there was something I was thinking in my brain that I could do. Was it opacity, maybe? It was saturation, but I don't have a saturation here for some reason. Unless maybe I turn on a colour correction. That's worse, obviously. This does have saturation. I can drop it down. Let's knock this colour correction back to defaults. And then let's just knock the saturation down a bit. Close. It's not a big change, is it? But it's just subtle, but I think that might set me against the game a little better. I like to stand out from it as well, but it's just a little thing I was thinking in my brain.
Did he say why they were robbing you?
Did he say why they were robbing you?
Surely it was Mora, right? What else could they have wanted with me? I mean, I can't say for sure. It's not like I asked. But what I did hear them say was, the goods are worth more than the merchant's life. Or something like that.
Ugh, that idiot Oni. Do you have any idea where they went after they robbed you?
I have no clue. But I think they're pretty active in the Tatarasuna area. You aren't gonna go after them, are you?
Ah, don't worry. It's just a bunch of no-name scumbags. I got a whole laundry list of scores to settle with them. If these two islands are where they tend to hang around, we're sure to run into them at Nazuchi Beach sooner or later.
Okay. You know what I really want to start doing is using some more of my characters. New characters that we've recently got that we think are pretty cool. Faruzan is on her way up, 61 to 70. I've got all her talents in order. We're going to do a stream probably next week. I don't know, I promised it with Cruel, where we go through the artifacts, dish some artifacts out, some new characters, look at some of the artifacts that I've got that are good. Maybe do a few runs. But I've got Collie, she's on the way up. She's actually useful in places now, Collie. 70 of 80. 61 of 70. Layla's a 70 of 70. We want to see her in action, don't we? We want to see Faruzan in action. Another character I'd put in that group would be Kuki Shinobi. She's got a cool weapon. We've charged up the sapwood blade for her. It looks really cool for her. She's also got other weapon choices. But yeah, there's three. And maybe one of the... She's little and new, we haven't really played with her. She's little and new, we haven't really played with her. Could get them on the go. You know, I've also got a new 5-star who I should be banging around with. So I really should be flipping my squad about a bit. That will require the talents to be fully upped and the artifacts to have a bit of a look in, but you know, we should be doing that. We should be doing a bit of that. Maybe with that in mind, I'm just going to throw her in right now.
This is how it must
be. Just give it a different feel to the thing.
The weather is lovely and warm. Things are about to start getting lively again.
They gotta pass through here sometime. Let's just hang tight for a while. If I'm not
Yeah, things might get a little rough, so we better...
That's fine.
Oh, here they come!
I assumed this would happen. I just like, you know, I don't mind a bit of talking. Let's get to the fighting, really. That's the way I feel about it. But I reiterate, you know, I repeat myself, don't I?
Yeah, there they are. And one of them has horns. All right, it's go time. Let's get him.
One of them has horns. Oh shit, I'm Itto. Oh, he's on my team. Okay. Does one of them have horns? I can't see. They look like standard Ronin to me. Ronin. Hello.
Looks like you fellas aren't going down without a fight.
Ciao.
Fine by me. Let's fight first and talk later.
Kind of wasted that special. It kind of just went off and didn't do anything for a bit. How's this? More like how's this? Chopper. Look, now I've done this.
Decided by destiny.
Ooh.
Speed of light. Cut to the chase.
That's nice having her on the squad doing that. Another animation. You know, the 5 stars bring out the animations, don't they? Oh, I should be having to go with Itto as well. Here he is.
Attaboy!
Bosh.
Let's roll! Oh, coming through!
To the very...
Hey, don't even think about running.
Running.
It's me, Arataki Itto, descendant of the Crimson Oni.
I know who you are.
Who are you? Descendant of the Blue Oni.
From the day we are born, every Blue Oni knows their purpose. We all know our fate is one of self-sacrifice.
Oh, he doesn't like him because he's red and he's blue. Oh. Oh.
But what about the Crimson Oni, You don't know anything about us. Not our miserable history, or any of our names. Mine's Takuya, by the way. But you don't even care, do you? Because those who get sacrificed should be forgotten, right?
We didn't say any of that.
No, you're wrong. I never knew the Blue Oni had survived to this day, and the moment I found out, I was determined that I would find you. Since you remember the pact between our two factions, I assume you also remember the pride we share as Oni. So my question is, how could a proud Oni like yourself go and abuse the weak and plunder the innocent? Why break the oath that our kind swore all those years ago? Huh?
Who are you to talk about pride and oaths with me? The Blue Oni gave up everything, just so the Crimson Oni could live peacefully in human society. But let me ask you, Arataki Itto, what exactly do you contribute to human society?
What's that got to do with it?
You're a blundering fool who can't hold down a real job, a laughingstock of the town, and
Rude.
worse still, you let them get your vision during the Vision Hunt decree.
Rude.
Protecting the Oni pride? Ha! You wouldn't know how if you tried.
Okay, so he's a bad Oni, but it's irrelevant. He didn't do anything in the history, and nor did you, and what?
You're a disgrace to the Oni kind.
He's just a bit... bit of a jerk. He's alright, though. It's a bit excess, this is. A bit heavy for...
Hey,
Lots of
come
people
on.
lost their visions.
None of that stuff's a big deal. I mean, you're really hanging me out to dry here, man.
Yeah, and he just chuffed up your chuffers with a big smush smush sword, didn't he? So...
Since when do you care what other people think? You just do
do
whatever you want. It's not like anyone can
could
stop you.
It's like having a teenage tantrum here. What's going on?
But do you have any idea of the kind of life my kin and I have lived while you've been hanging around in human society? We were cut off from the rest of the world. We severed all contact with it. And since then, we've had no place to live, no stable source of food.
God, it's getting like, why don't you just come and say hello then? Somebody come and mention it.
No clothing, no medicine, nothing.
Naked on the beach.
So, that's why you joined a band of thieves?
That's right. Why should I accept that life?
I get it.
I've abandoned our Oni pride.
It's meaningless.
It's meaningless.
Alright.
I've given everything that I've stolen from humans to my community. What I've taken will at least keep them from starving and ease their pain. That's what matters most to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if people...
I'm going to start skipping now because
The Blue
I really
Oni,
get the gist.
Unless, of course, this bonehead, he's the one that... Huh? You should get your priority. The Blue Oni, why couldn't
They're having
you...
a
There
row.
they are.
Oh, no!
Forget it. Look, I don't...
Hey,
Are we going to fight the Tenryu Commission?
he got away! Uh-oh, we need to get out of here, too!
No, it doesn't matter. It's only the Tenryu Commission. Like, we're a big cheese around here.
We can't get caught here.
I don't mind it. Well... No, I don't mind. I'll just explain that I'm like what am I? I've got a special name and all sorts. I'm like Captain of the Swordfish at least. I'm a pretty big cheese around here, Itto. I'll just explain that I'm friends with the Shogun. It'll be fine. Tenryu Commission. I can't even remember which commission they are, but Ayato, Itato, they're all my friends. Itto, you, Ayako. They're all my friends. We'll be fine.
Looks like I'm up to bat. Just wait here, and we'll escape together when the time's right. Whatever you do, don't attack any of the Tenryu Commission, or they'll be after you too.
I wasn't planning on attacking them, to be fair, but... Oh, it's
there?
just me. I'm just going to smash their heads in. It's quite a clever device, just to make it, one-on-one, so to speak. He's got a lovely attack pattern. The animations are
Come on,
brilliant.
man. He won't get away this time. Just give yourself up, Arataki Itto.
He's very cool to fight with.
Catch me.
I don't know what this thing is that he's thrown out.
Let's roll.
Breach. You hold it down and he goes through that routine. Oosh, it's nice.
Who wants some of this? Bam!
It's like got a lot of
Let's roll.
I must withdraw.
it's got a lot of nice. It's like a dance. Is
Attaboy.
very much like Bedu. Very much like Bedu.
Shadows of fate.
Very much like Bedu. It's got a nice dance and rhythm to his actions. Very satisfying to control as a
They
character.
really came out in force today. But I still haven't completely recovered from the bean attack earlier. No way. All that would do is...
Right,
No choice but to keep kicking some Tenryu butt.
exactly.
Hey, boss. Thought you'd have all the fun without us? Granny Oni sent us. We're here to lend a hand.
Maybe we can't take him, but we can sure slow him down. Now's your chance. Go!
Maybe we can't beat them, but we can sure let them beat us up.
Hey, I told you to stay out of this one.
Well,
Well, the Red
in it
Hats aren't
now.
going to stay out of this.
come on,
so
there's no time. Go,
The
do
Red
what you
Hats.
gotta do, boss.
they're going to go in with no
All right, then.
weapons.
Watch yourselves. Soon as I'm done, I'm coming back for you.
Right.
Come on, you two. Time to roll.
It's alright, the Red Hats have sacrificed themselves.
Don't let them get away. After them.
Oh, they're running as well, the Red Hats are.
Hey, you guys want some of this? There's plenty to go around.
Oh, they're not running. They're not running. He's got a spear.
Run for it, boss.
Run for it, boss.
As boss of the Arataki gang, getting rescued by my own boys feels pretty humiliating. I promise to never let you down, boys. All right, we've got some footprints. Huh. Is it just me, or are there a wrecked cart and some goods? Look alive,
Hello?
we've got company.
Fuck, they all hit me at once, though.
Speed of light.
Orders given. Orders received. Wheel of life.
With sword
Hit all
comes
them at
shadow.
once.
Don't blink. Hey!
Let me scribe.
Committed to memory.
Delved into destiny.
No.
How's this?
Yeah.
Leave my space.
It's not very effective.
Let me
is she?
scry.
Seems they definitely don't want us going any further. Let's see what's waiting for us up ahead.
Let's see what's waiting for us up ahead. Yeah. Look at the cool one.
Everyone hold hands.
Huh. Besides the footprints, there are other signs of life here too. Must be plenty going on around here. Let's investigate. They couldn't have just disappeared into thin air. Yeah, unless they're all ninjas or something.
What do you want from me? They're going in a hole.
Hidden
They're going
entrance.
in a
Yes. All right. I think we just found their hideout. This is going to be where they keep all the
get it.
people.
Paimon thinks Taki is probably in.
Huh? But it takes a. So I'm here to save him no matter what.
Huh?
I'm thinking about switching everyone around, but then we might just lose, might get killed, might be bad. Might be fun. Might get killed. Might be fun, might get killed. It's fun to have her on for a start anyway, and these can carry it if it goes wrong, can't they? So we'll just carry on as well. It's quite late now, it's 1 in the morning, so just chilling. Defeat the Ronin guard in this place. And I've got this guy as well, so defeat the Ronin. Oosh.
Wow. This place is huge. Pretty fancy for a hideout.
All acquired by less than legitimate means, no doubt. All the more reason we gotta put an end to this.
Speed of light.
Finally, no.
I'm a good killer. Come on, Ronin. Let's have you.
How come the stairs are over there? We can't go up if we can't reach them.
No problemo. That'll be what this mechanism's for.
Go. Oh. Incoming.
To the ferry.
Oh, it's moving.
Haha, see? What did I tell you? Just trust my instincts.
Will do. Oh, don't miss the chest though. Bit confusing. Ooh. That was a mistake. Do I want to pull the thing? No, because then I can't get on it, can I? So, oh, that doesn't help me, does it? Bit confused. So there's the ladder there, so I can pull it and go back up the ladder. That's what it's telling me, isn't it? I kicked a ladder down, it wasn't just a hole. How can I pull this out, man? Inazuma battle theme.
catch me.
Inazuma battle theme.
Let's get down to business.
Everyone, hold hands.
Perfect distance.
Let me scry. Delve into destiny.
Speed of light.
How's this? Light blade.
Let's roar!
More.
There's more.
The ferry. Finally, hide the ferry. No.
That smushed them all to bits though, didn't I? So But done that one there as well.
Can't catch me.
There was something else. There was like a ladder here. Are there other places? I'm getting confused now because there are like other bits and pieces and places for me to go around. What was this ladder up here for?
Can't catch me.
Can't do anything. Right, obviously that was the room, so the ladder up there did nothing. Then I can come here and I can press that. Oh, I can change one at a time. Right, okay. Deal.
Can't catch me.
Don't fall up.
Can't catch me.
Can't catch me. That won't get annoying. I want to get up there as well, don't I, really? Do I? I don't know. Fuck it. It's offered me this, I'll take it. Nothing like a chest. A good old chest. A nice chest.
Can't catch me.
Can't catch me. If you say that one more time, I'm going to smack you on the back of the head, mate. Hello.
Look at all the people locked up in here.
I must be holding on to them for leverage. All right, let's get them out of here.
Delve into destiny.
How she
Shadows of
blooms
fate.
them up. Look, just her in the bloom. Ending them. Like that.
Incoming.
Very nice. Very nice. I free everyone inside. Can you let me have my chest, actually, though?
All right, you're all free to go now. Quick, get to safety.
Go on.
Sorry, but have you seen our little boy?
Yep, he's back at the old...
Calm down, dear. We don't even know if he was taken here or not.
It's fine.
But... Oh, my little Daisuke!
Yes, that's his name.
Oh, you must be Daisuke's parents.
What did you think, Paimon? Do you think they could possibly... I wonder who these people could possibly be. Well, Daisuke's aunt and uncle, maybe?
Yes, that's right! Have you seen him? Where is he? Is he all right?
Calm the fuck down. Jeez, Liz. Like that is excessive shouting. We've just released you. Everything's alright now. Yes, he's fine. Back at the camp.
Don't
This
worry.
nutter will
Safe
tell
and
you all
sound.
about it.
Someone's looking after him now on Yashiori Island. I can show you where on the map.
I can show you where
He's
on the
been
map.
worried about you. I bet he'll be relieved to see you.
He will be released to see you.
You were the one who saved him? Oh, thank you, thank you!
You strange, scary Itto chuffer. Thank you. Why, thank you, thank you, why, thank you.
No, please, no. No need to thank me. It's
It's my
my
pleasure,
pleasure,
really.
really. Before you go calling me a hero, let me ask you this. Wouldn't any other self-respecting guy who saw another person in danger have done the exact same thing?
Really? Just one little compliment and it goes...
Please, no one dare step. Oh,
At night? Are you a friend? Oh,
Let me put it this way.
I'm glad to hear that. He's
Don't worry. He'll be in my trusty hands. Anyway, you should scram...
Yes, thanks again.
Thanks, good one. Good one. That's better.
Huh. A child that made some poor choices. Anyway, let's get going, while we still have time.
Well, isn't there loads more to this... Oh, shit. Is there loads more to this dungeon or something? Don't I want to get... What's going on? It's going to ask me to flip... There's another chest. I knew there was. It's going to say, don't I want to get a few more bits and pieces from in here.
Okay, faster.
Should I go down there first? I mean, it wants me to do this first, doesn't it? So I'll do this first. Confuse the fuck out of me.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Whee. I mean, I'm tempted to pull that. That didn't help, did it? I think it made it worse, if anything. I'm going to put it back.
Faster? Okay, faster.
What do you want from me? You're up there now. What, do I climb up and jump on? No, definitely not. Too high up. Okay, I'm going back there then, I guess. Which is on top of this room. And there was a ladder, wasn't there? Didn't I just jump down a ladder? Yeah.
Faster?
Oh no, don't jump off. Classic. Inazuma battle theme kicks ass. Inazuma battle theme. Inazuma battle.
This is the place.
Theme.
The jig's up. Surrender while you can.
Surrender while you can, because I'm about to get explosive on you. No. They killed her. Tea-break pancakes that. Tea-break pancakes for that.
Speed of light.
Not gonna get that, but I thought we were going quite well when we were basically making those reactions pop off earlier. The balloons. Oh, I did a good job there.
Fate is upon you.
Fate's upon you. You're not gonna like that then.
Incoming.
Jumping around with my weapons. How about that?
Don't blink. Yeah, sharing my knowledge.
How'd you like being moist?
Grow. Rise. Shadows of fate.
Shadows of
Let me
fate.
scribe.
She's pretty cool.
Bet you think you've won, don't you?
I think we have.
So naive. This is my home turf.
Fine.
I'll let you in on a little secret. A long time ago, I picked up this rare paper charm. It's very precious to me.
But this is quite cool, having a cool leader like this and a cool fight.
What makes it so special is that if you tear one piece, the other piece starts tearing too.
Newsflash, don't care about your cute little origami obsession.
See, I like Arakato Itto here. Like, I would say exactly as similar as I'd be like, what? Anyway, about to get your head kicked in, are you? Don't come the super villain with me, you chuffer.
You'd better stay where you are and let me finish. Aren't you curious what the other piece is used for?
Wiping your bum.
I'll tell you. It's now the critical component of a mechanism, and when it gets torn, this place goes up in smoke. Yeah, the whole hideout is rigged with explosives and ready to blow.
What? Are you fucking nuts?
What? You're gonna blow this whole place up?
That's fucked it then, because it took us ages to get up here. I ain't running out of here in a hurry. Down all those steps.
Oh, don't worry about me. I made sure that I've got an escape route.
Alright.
The rest of you, though, you're gonna be buried deep among the rubble.
We better escape with you then, hadn't we? Grab him by his hat.
You've had your fun. Now it's goodbye.
What?
My paper charm! Where's my paper charm?
Oh, we took it earlier, didn't we?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you looking for this?
Oh no, he took it. Good. Well done, you.
Yes,
That's important.
But when did you?
I snatched it earlier, to stop you from doing anything hasty.
Why, you... And now you're going to betray me?
You're one to talk. What about burying everyone here?
Just give it here!
How about a big chuffing fight?
You done talking now? Huh? You sure? Great, because I'm done listening.
Right, you chuffer. Just boffed him on the head. We've done our bit, haven't we? We've done our fight.
Great work, Takuya. You arrived in the nick of time.
In the nick of time, we make a great team. You can't see my hand here, can you? I need to just, I'm doing my hand for effect. Just like that, pointing at you. With the wry smile. Forget it. You try and relive an 80s cop moment with your audience, with your small but committed audience. Like 1 hour in on a Genshin Impact weekend session, and try and relive it. Forget it.
Stay away from me.
Huh?
I said stay away, or I'll tear the paper charm.
Oh, not you as well.
Hey, okay. Fine. Just calm down. What do you...
Just because I won't let him blow this place to bits doesn't mean that I won't do it myself. Unless you want to get buried, you should leave this place now. Take everyone here and get out!
Will do.
You won't go through with it. If you were that cruel, then why bother protecting every...
I'm not here to reason. This sacrifice is mine to make. Mine alone!
No one needs to sacrifice themselves.
All right. Then you I've tarnished our Oni pride and abandoned our ancestors' oath. Only sacrifice can restore my pride now.
Make your choices.
I chose this path so I could provide for my fellow Oni. I was ready to die from the very beginning. This is between us blue Oni. But you... If it wasn't for you, everything would have worked out perfectly.
They're here. We won't let them slip away this time.
Uh-oh! There's nowhere else to run!
Hey, Tenryo Commission! I'm the one you're looking for. I did it. I'm behind everything. Arataki Itto is innocent. You're the ones in charge of detaining criminals in human society, right? I'm sure you can tell who the criminal is here.
Huh? It's like he's trying to reenact the fairy tale, sacrificing himself for the Crimson Oni!
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's me you've been looking for, and here I am! How are you ever gonna report back without capturing me?
Stop fooling around, Itto!
Listen, Takuya, sacrificing yourself won't solve anything. Your sacrifice can't protect me or your fellow Oni, and giving up your life isn't gonna make theirs any longer. Sacrificing yourself is one way to escape your fate, but the only one you'll be setting free is yourself. Listen to me. You want to be the tough guy? Huh? Well, this is the coward's way out. Don't let your sacrifice stain our Oni pride. The blue Oni have been scraping the bottom of the barrel all these years, so let's give them a new beginning. We've made mistakes, but we can make up for them. Fate hasn't been kind to the Oni? Well then let's tear it up and start over.
Good story.
But before any of that can happen, you need to get yourself behind me and forget about all that self-sacrifice stuff. Now let's go. But we're not done talking about this. Takuya!
Oh, it's an animation. Nice. Kick his out. The place is gonna blow.
I'll take care of this. There are still people in danger. Go, help them.
What?
Hey, I got this. Come on!
Forget about me! Just go! It's what I deserve!
Ah, shut up, would ya?
That footwear didn't look the right sort of... That let him down a bit, didn't it, his footwear? That was cool, though.
Managed to save everyone! But what about Itto and Takuya? Paimon hopes they're alright.
Itto said he could take care of it, Paimon, so... Here he comes.
Look! It's Itto and Takuya!
That's gonna hurt tomorrow. What's up with the looks on your faces? I said we'd be okay, didn't I? I'm sure I'd be looking a whole lot sharper right now if it wasn't for that brutal bean attack of yours earlier.
He's quite cool, actually, isn't he? Like, they always do this with these goofy characters. They turn out to be quite cool in the end.
Why? Why would you do this for me?
Oh, just so you're forever in my
I'm the
debt.
guilty one here. I don't deserve this.
You know, just so you're
Because
forever in...
we're Oni, that's why. We share the same blood, brother.
That and you're forever in my debt.
Our parents and their parents before them never taught us that it was okay to abandon family in need. I just wish you'd come to find me sooner. If you knew about me all along, then you should have come and asked me for help. I never would have dreamed of turning you away.
The Blue Oni disappeared so that they wouldn't bring trouble to the
I get
Not
it.
to me.
Not that
I've
again.
always respected the Blue Oni for their sacrifice. Nothing they did was in vain. It's only because of them that we have survived to see today, and built a world where Oni and humans can live side by side.
And now you're welcome to rejoin it.
Honestly, everything that I have now, I owe to the Blue Oni.
You say all that, but in spite of everything, you're barely getting by.
Yeah, well, you're welcome to it. You know, so that's all I have. It's it's a bit ungrateful, really, isn't it? So yeah, well, you know, thanks for offering me all you have, but it's not really much, is it? So.
That's just how I roll, man. You remember the pact, don't you? We're not supposed to suck up to the humans. We're supposed to earn their respect. Every member of the Arataki gangs had a tough time trying to fit in. Take Akira, for example. He snores like you wouldn't believe.
Snoring.
Or Genta. He's got a serious temper problem. And Mamoru, well, he's colorblind.
So you've got, like, one of you is a social outcast because you've got horns on your head and you're like part demon. Another one of you is a social outcast because you've got a serious temper problem. Another one of you is a social outcast because you snore. And the last one, well, he's colourblind, I suppose.
Even Granny Oni. She got that name for taking me in as a kid. We're all rejects and outcasts in some way, but you want to talk about pride? Well, in our gang, we're proud to welcome anyone who's been through adversity with open arms.
But...
don't worry. The Arataki gang's already a bunch of misfits. You really think you could cramp our style?
I can't see this chuffer ending up as a playable character, but interesting little, you know, subplot we've been through here, yeah.
We've dealt with the Kairagi and the people they took captive. I assume the two of you are finished talking.
I assume so too.
Takuya, based on the findings of our investigation, I hear all stolen articles will be reclaimed. That—
No! Please don't! Without those goods, they'll...
It's all right, Takuya. Those goods never belonged to us anyway. Don't worry. I'll help take care of your kin. Now that I know the situation, I'll personally make sure they never suffer again.
Might want to put your grand plans on hold there. You're under arrest too, for numerous assaults on the Tenryo Commission officers.
Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot about that. But no worries, I'll put my gang on the case. My boys will take good care of the Blue Oni.
Yeah, we've already arrested them too.
Oh, the Tenryo Commission are just coming around and fucking it all up. I'll have a word with them. I'm a pretty big cheese around here, so I'll have a word with them.
Oh!
That's what they get for resisting the Tenryo Commission.
No one resists the Tenryo Commission.
Yeah, I guess it's up to you then, Traveler. Could you be a pal and tell Granny Oni about the Blue Oni situation?
I could do that, yes. I'm surprised that I'm getting a free pass with the Tenryo Commission. They don't get, it's because I'm a big cheese, obviously, but, you know, sort of been there doing all this stuff with these bad chuffers, and they're like, oh, you there in their gang as well, are you? No, you're not, I'm not in their gang. Oh, that's all right then, fine. You can go free then, Traveller.
Thanks. And thanks for sticking with me to the end.
Shut up.
As for you two, lending them your aid when you knew full well they were in the wrong means that the culpability extends to you too.
Me? Fuck, what did I just say?
But, given your unique circumstances, and in light of the complexity of this case, we won't press charges this time.
Well, I'm a pretty big cheese. I don't know about Paimon. I've earned my status with no sword fighting with the Shogunate. Paimon. Ginny's a lawyer.
Hey, wait. Unique circumstances? Are these guys like a big deal or something?
Yes, it's exactly like that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Cool. Because I was going to say, you know, like, I'm kind of a big deal myself, you know?
Anchorman.
Yeah, all right. See you next time. Whenever that'll be.
I don't know if you saw that, maybe my face was in the way that the Beatles were there in the shot at the end.
Weird. But at least he's not a bad guy.
Tell Granny everything that happened. She's on Thunder... Granny lives on the Thunder Island. Granny's... I got hit by lightning as I arrived. Look, it's probably because I'm wet. Probably it's attracted to me for being wet. But I just got hit by lightning as I arrived, just to make the point. Granny lives dangerously on Thunder Island, or whatever it's called. Oh, is there one of those floating in there, look? What's that floating in its eye? Is that floating in its eye? I didn't notice that before. I'm having that. Come off it, I'm having that. Or have I done that one? No, I've done that one, haven't I? And it lives there, yeah, no, I've done them. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought I'd have missed something like that. Get me back to Granny's house. Well, it's not a house, it's just like a shit tent. It's not even a good tent. You wouldn't sleep in that. You might as well... All the wind's going to blow through. I tell Granny everything that happened.
Ah, yes.
Look, there are the Beatles.
That does sound like my Itto.
You see the Beatles? Wait, I'm in the way. I'm out of the way. It's funny, isn't it? There are the Beatles. So they're in love now.
Did they take Uncle Itto away?
Something like that. Go back to bed, you're naughty.
Yes, they did. But don't be too upset, Daisuke. We will have the chance to see him again. He and his gang may have acted recklessly, but the fact remains that he still helped us.
He certainly did.
Yeah, I knew it! Uncle Itto helped us, and he's awesome!
He certainly is.
Now, don't get any ideas, Daisuke. Itto is a far cry from awesome. He still caused a lot of trouble for a lot of people. If you ask me, I'd say he's like one of those little Oni Kabuto you kids are playing with all the time. Though he looks fierce on the outside, he has a kind heart.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's time we started heading back. We'll be sure to visit again soon.
Yeah. On Thunder and Lightning Island, yeah. We'll be back in a hurry, yeah.
Ah, I'm glad that everything was resolved in the end.
You want to
As
move?
for the blue Oni,
You want to move?
just leave them to me.
You want to move?
Do you need our help?
No, she needs our help moving.
No.
think
Go
you
on
need a coat.
ahead. I'm sure you have other adventures beckoning.
You might not want a coat.
Besides, once Itto is released, he'll be here to help me.
Get away with you.
Oh, yes. He does what back when I took him in, but I've never because
Go on. Away with you.
A long,
God, more
long
of
time
this.
ago, in a village
I'm
lost
happy
to
with this.
time, there lived a crimson Oni and a blue Oni. They were the best of friends. The crimson Oni wanted to be friends with the humans, so the blue Oni played the role of the naughty kid. And then he left. After a long time, the crimson Oni was living happily with the humans, but in his heart, he wanted to bring the blue Oni back home. The crimson Oni didn't know where to find the blue Oni. His search took him up the highest mountains and across the widest rivers. He found many traces of the blue Oni, but the more he found, the clearer it became. The blue Oni was hiding on purpose. So just as the blue Oni had once done, the crimson Oni left him a letter.
Dear Al, I've made lots of human friends now, and I want to have a big party for everyone. I want all my friends to be there. That means you too, Al. If you don't
fight me. You can just watch from a distance.
The blue Oni snuck back to the village and hid in the shadows. He saw the great feast and roaring fire and longed to join in. But though his stomach rumbled, the blue Oni remembered the oath of old and kept his distance. Suddenly, he jumped. The Crimson Oni was right behind him.
Hey, you're finally back. Come on, I'll introduce you. It's time everyone met my best friend.
Oh.
Hey, you'll never guess what Paimon just heard! The Yashiro Commission is holding a Test of Courage event! They've even prepared rewards for participants who can pass the event's challenges! But...
Where's this Yashiro thing? I'll listen to what Paimon's saying. Oh, I cut her off. It's all the way over here at the Kamisato estate.
One need not scry to know today's weather will be good.
I might not do the whole thing now, I might just find out what's going on with it.
Hayato!
Ah, it's you two. Yes, it has been a while.
We heard the Yashiro Commission is holding a Test of Courage, so we didn't expect to see you here in person, though.
You think I only make an appearance for occasions that are deemed sufficiently important? It just so happens that this Test of Courage event was actually my suggestion.
Good one.
Considering that such events are quite popular across...
Oh, fine! In that case...
However...
sorry.
Nothing.
Yippee!
Thanks, Hayato.
As its name implies, the venue for once teams have been the first person to locate the specified item will be declared the winner of that round.
The winner of that round?
Precisely. There will be a total of 3 rounds in the Test of Courage because the event merchants raised event as
Confusing.
such.
We'll need to find one.
Yes. See, if a participant...
Ooh.
As for its... Of course, I'm curious...
Don't worry. Even though just the thought of this event says...
I appreciate your... Anyway, as for the 3 items... Oh, and a friendly word of advice.
Whoa. What did he mean by that? Oh, will there
Come on,
be
Paimon.
spooky things in Chinju Forest? Anyway.
Okay. So check the quest menu for more details. Just did that. Leave the Yashiro Commission. And there's Itto. He's involved in it. Oh, he's going to be on it as well.
Hold it right there.
Huh? Paimon knows that voice. Oh, wait. Don't tell Paimon you're here for...
What else?
Yeah.
That's what I really want.
Oh? What?
It's a long story. But, Chinju Forest? We've already been there 1,000,000 times. That event's just a game for kids. What a waste of time. Let's play some genius invocation TCG. Seriously? Test of courage? Ugh, whatever. I guess if that's what the boss wants. Can you believe that? What a group of deadbeats.
Oh, Paimon!
Hey, this isn't as leader of the art, even if they can't get it through their stubborn heads. Anyway, seriously, what kind of... Not to mention, if the gang starts...
And after all that talking...
Since there's no way I can trust the Yashiro Commission to make a fun event...
Wait, you don't...
Oh, you bet I do. Yours
He's gonna be
truly
out
is
scaring
gonna be
people.
out scaring people.
Good one.
But it's gonna take more than an Oni to make it happen. So come on, come scare...
No way!
Pretty please?
Forget it!
Pretty please?
Ah, fine. But don't forget, we're here to win the Test of Courage and take home the grand prize. We'll help you out, just don't
they just
get in
doing
the
the
way
meme
of
there?
our prize.
There's a Genshin Impact Toro MMD meme where one of the things, please, and then please, and then please, and then they do the dance. It's like they just did the meme.
Yes! You're a real Oni saver. Hey, all right. Those participants won't scare...
What a noise. Huh. Maybe laughter is...
Hey, Traveler, Paimon, enough...
coming!
I thought this was going to be a combat event, but obviously, look what's going on. It's one of these story things, so I'm not going to finish this now tonight. I thought there might be, it's called Test of Courage. I thought I might go to an arena, fight some chuffers, but looking at the amount of different rewards that are on offer, that's a weapon, a sword, looks like an umbrella. Rain, fall, earth, after attack hits an opponent, cursed parasol. Oh, that's going to be nice. Going to want that. But I see this being a sort of run around. Look, there's 2 characters on the thing, and we've already seen there's a story thing going with it. So when I'm not tired, like I am now late at night, I think we'll crack on with that at a different time, because maybe put the right energy into it. And that looks cool to get the sword out of it. I'm looking forward to that sword. Don't know who it's going to quite fit. Which character of mine would wield it, but quite a cool thing. And I'm not about to do anything else strong on Genshin Impact, I'll tell you that now, for free. I've even done my resin spend today and all that. Could have a random game of cards. But all the TCG stuff is done for the day. Until tomorrow when we get the chance to go to the next level. Hooray. Have I got any cheeky wishes? I've got one cheeky wish here. Oh, hello. It's not awful, actually. That's not awful. I haven't got the sacrificial sword. It's nice to see it. I've got a few of the other sacrificial weapons. I haven't got the sacrificial sword. We're at a junction now where I've got more of the characters than not. I think, have I? I've got more of these 4 stars than not. You're going to show me the details? No. I pressed it and it's not happening. It's glitched. Something's gone wrong. Now I can't press anything. If I go over here and then go back to Genshin Impact. No, something's glitched. Bye-bye Genshin Impact. I want to see my new sword. I wish that G-Force thing didn't come up every time I click to begin. It's funny that Genshin Impact intro, music. It already reminds me of a time that was the past. When I was just getting into the stride of streaming, I was using PlayStation. I picked up a cheap PlayStation off Amazon to get us going with the gaming on stream before I had a PC that was running games. So I picked that up and got playing on Genshin Impact on that. And I remember sitting just over here with a slightly different setup, a bit more scuffed, hearing that for the first time and thinking, oh, this is a bit interesting. Look how far we've come. Yeah. Definitely a Genshin Impact player, I'll tell you that. I mean... Look at my cool list of characters. This is what I was going to say. I think we're at a point now with the 4 stars where when I'm rolling, I've probably got quite a few 4 stars here. When I hit a 4 star, if it's not a character, it's a weapon. Oh, I want the characters, but There's not that many other characters that I can get that I haven't got. Maybe. Some of them aren't on the banner though, are they? So... Okay, that's just broken it again. Press details and it just broke it again. Fight by Genshin Impact. It's just how it is. Nothing you can do about that. Let's see if I can pick something out of the watch later. Do you want to go for a little mini rabbit hole? We'll do a mini rabbit hole. We'll call it a mini rabbit hole. Because I go on these rabbit holes. We're not going to do 5 surprising differences between Ashekadi and Sephardic Jews. We're not going to do that now. That's something I do want to do. It's interesting. There's a few rabbit holes I could take you down now. We'll start with this one. It's a small rabbit hole, I think. It doesn't have to be a big rabbit hole, this. It could be a small rabbit hole. I think it can anyway. I think. Where's the sound? It's only just like chill sound. It's only relaxed music. But you see what's going on, don't you? I'm in the way of the words there. So you see what's going on, don't you? I don't have to explain it. It's hard to react to something that you don't have to explain. Soft body Tetris, jelly Tetris. This is a CGI thing. That's not how. It's not a physics simulator. Look, they're falling really neatly together. So it's definitely designed, animated. It's lovely though, isn't it? And also the pieces aren't disappearing. When you make lines in Tetris, they disappear. But it's like jelly shapes. I bet they taste nice. Well, you shouldn't say that. Kids are just trying to put anything in their mouth, don't they? They look like jelly sweets to me, though. And it's lovely the way they're forming perfect neat. That was lovely, wasn't it? So I saw that. I'm a Pixel. I'll give it the subscribe. Look, I don't really want to subscribe to it, though. I don't want to see this every week in my inbox. It's just I want to go through all their videos as like a rabbit hole thing. A rabbit hole thing. I just want to watch all their videos in one big glut. That's the way I feel about these sort of things. So what I usually do is I usually go back to the very first video someone does and have a look at what they started, where they started with. A physics simulation. Cubes. Pretty satisfying. There's lots of parameters here that, you know, the weight of the ball, the speed, the velocity, the density of the cubes, all that sort of stuff. But it all looks just right, doesn't it? It looks satisfactory. Nice video. Could do with a sound effect or two, I reckon. Crunch, splush. Tsunami wave simulation. Might get a few adverts along the way here. But it's just the way of the world, look. I'll mute them, don't worry. It's a bit weird. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. I was going to say that's a bit weird. I don't really understand what's happening. But what's happening is the physics simulation is we're taking, like, this shows it really clearly, I suppose. On the left, a really tall pillar of water and dropping it into the ocean. And that's like, theoretically, you could see the right-hand side is more like the shore, the beach. This is kind of what happens with a tsunami. A tsunami is not exactly that. It's energy. It creates a big wave, but this is like that, isn't it? It's going to create that sort of big wave, that energy. So that drops and it forces that big wave, the energy's got to go somewhere and it's forcing up. You know, it's at the top of the wave. What the crest of the wave is actually as that wave peaks over the top of itself and it rolls over, doesn't it? The energy pushes all the way through. And so it causes this big flood up on the land, big flood, and there's an end to the simulation, so it's kicking back, but interesting water physics simulation. It's nice and satisfying just watching it, isn't it? This is how Pixar just attracted me with the jelly Tetris, but I want to see, you know, what their work is like all the way through. It's interesting to me. So this is the rabbit hole. The Pixel physics collision rabbit hole. Food simulation blender. Blender is, you might think it's a food simulation of a blender, but Blender's a program that they use to create these sort of things. So it's not food it's flood simulation, not food, flood. Sorry. I want to just frame it nicely for the screen, but I'll just got to, you know, do that so you can see the full name of the title of the videos. Fair play to this Pixel channel who's done this. You know, I'm just a cheeky reactor, aren't I? Just want to take you down this calming, relaxing rabbit hole. In fact, I might even put some should I put calm? Yeah, I'll put some calm, relaxing music on in the background, because why not have our own calm, relaxing music in the background? Calm, relaxing music. Also, I want calm, relaxing video game music. How about that? Well, an advert. I'll have an advert. Show me an advert for calm, relaxing video. No, show me that. Yeah, okay. It is pretty cool, isn't it? Watching it all flood down and slow-mo its way along. It's interesting to see how it gives. You would think. I'm just going to pause that for a second. You would think that, you know, there's a flood coming down the stairs, so I'd probably be able to deal with it. But you see in that stairwell there, see how it really gets quite full. You'd have trouble, wouldn't you? You'd have trouble. Didn't realise it'd do that. I thought it'd be even all the way down, but it really fills up in that stairwell there. Learned something. Spinner under a stream of water. Again, this is CGI, I think, so. I'll tell you what, it's having trouble. It's the pixelation and the quality and stuff, isn't it? It's having trouble with that. I haven't prepared this, so I don't know which ones to pick out, but I'll start picking out, rather than doing everything now, I'll start picking out what I think looks cool. Jelly cube on the stairs. That's looking nice. The jelly's got a real gelatinous feel. It does, it looks like a piece of jelly though, doesn't it? Indefinite, that could go on forever, couldn't it? You could sort of loop that. Very relaxing. This is how I started. I knew if I started watching these videos it would be a rabbit hole for me and I'd just be watching them. I'm going to give them a few more views here, look. So I thought I'd rabbit hole it on stream when I was in one of these moods, tired, late night, Sunday. Let's create a bit of rabbit hole content. Molecular script blender, particle fluid. You know, you can go back and see some of these if you think I'm missing any of the particularly good ones. You tell me in chat, or you can go back and have a look. I'm thinking this is going to have difficulty, like when you upload it to Google as well, it's going to compress some of the colours and stuff. I think it'll have difficulty dealing with all the different colours and the graphics, but we'll see how it goes. Let's have a look. Loads of little balls. And also this is showing you, like, this is quite up there, isn't it, these days now, what they're doing on computer. Like, just as a sort of tech demo. And I say these days, I bet this is years old now, isn't it? 4 years old, but it is impressive, isn't it? It takes me back to when I was a kid and I was watching Jurassic Park and the dinosaurs CGI, and it was like, wow, the CGI dinosaurs. I mean, this is pretty impressive. Imagine the number of objects the computer is tracking here. I wonder if it comes out random or if you repeat it and it does it the same, or I mean, it can obviously remember what it's done and repeat it the same, but I wonder if you run the simulation. I mean, obviously if you run the simulation it must come out randomly differently every time, mustn't it? But it's interesting. Again, things are being... I think some things are standing out to me here, which is the way the blue balls and the green have started over here but have ended up over in that corner, and the blue have really amassed in the centre despite the constant mix. I would have assumed that by the end of this, a constant stream, a constant mix, you'd have ended up with a bit of a mess, but you know, there's definitely, it's not a pattern, but there's veins of blue, chunks of green. Magic slime fluid simulation, not really into that. Particles mixing two colours, I'll be interested in this then. It's interesting in hair colour, that's exactly what you actually do. You mix particles of colour and then, you know, you visualise them from a distance. Oh, they're tiny little particles in this one. This will be nice and satisfying though, watching those cogs turn. I don't really understand why there's so many little cogs leading the particles in. Seems to be a waste of time, doesn't it? You want to see the bottom bit where they're mixing. I'd have probably gone for a different colour, like blue and yellow, and we could have made green. Like your eyes would have seen green eventually as they mix. Maybe, or maybe they wouldn't. It's quite satisfying, isn't it, just to watch it rotate, fill up. I suppose it will stop before it completely fills. It's getting quite full. Yeah, you can still pack some more in. Even mix as well, nice even mix. Oh, there we go. Magic Cube Particles Rainbow. It's just like loads of those little balls just messed about in a big cube, isn't it? Ending up like a big mess. Interesting. Magic Cube Particles Blue Balls. Same thing but with blue. Still absolutely very impressive still. There's a Minecraft one there, but this one's got 3 million views, so I think this one might be interesting. We've seen one similar to this already, haven't we? But this is much more realistic looking water because it's got the foamy crest on the wave, I guess. Almost looks like a resin. The speed it's moving. Very satisfying. And again, it's building up on that stairwell. I'm interested to see that. That's something I know, you know, if you're ever trying to escape up a flooded stairwell, something worth knowing. I don't know why that's got all the million views. We've already seen some other videos that are quite similar, if not even more interesting on this page, but that one's got the big views there. 3 million. It was followed by Swamp Ghost, which didn't get millions of views, but I'm sure Doritos will be happy that their advert's going over the top of this. Swamp Ghost. I suppose this is some application to the effects. Again, YouTube's struggling with the compression, but I bet it looked better on the original thing. Very nice. Very interesting. Particle fluid pistons. It's the same sort of thing as we've been seeing. The mixing. Titanic sinking simulation. Go on then. Okay, the water's coming through that door. you're in the boat, you're in the downstairs room, and you're thinking, fuck, this isn't going well. What's happening? The boat's all on the skew. Meanwhile, the water's crashing in segment by segment. Those doors are supposed to stop the... I suppose they're all open, aren't they, those doors? So it's interesting, though, at this junction, you've still got, you know, the water's flooding in, but it doesn't flood in all at once, does it? It doesn't all... And certainly not... I'm surprised, you know, you think water moves down quick, doesn't it? But it's the top that's flooded. Like, at this point, you would think, you're only just... Let's just let the water trickle down those stairs. Like, you look out your door and you see, oh, hang on, there's water coming down the stairs there. Don't worry, it's not that deep. You think, don't worry, it's not that deep. And so you rush out, grab your life jacket or whatever, up the stairwell, and then fuck. Like, the next two rooms are an absolute nightmare. You wouldn't be prepared for that. Now I'm prepared for it. I'd be thinking, there's a timing mechanism here. Watch, it's going to slosh away and then back in, and then slosh away and back in. If I just take it back, see how it's sloshing through, and it's made a big slosh there at the top left, and then it's going to slosh through. Now it's sloshing in, and I suppose now I've got to try and dive in against it, have I? I don't know, maybe there's a timing moment where the boat might list. I don't know, at this point, yeah, I don't know what the strategy is here, because you're going to want to get through this door, and it's going to be pouring water back against you. I thought it might go slosh through and then stop and then slosh through. It's not, it's just pouring water back against you. You're going to want to grab hold of that door frame. You're going to be pummeled by that. That's going to be a nightmare. Now, look, the room at the bottom is still completely fine. You could lock yourself in the room at the bottom, close your door, but that's not a long-term solution. I really love this simulation. This is really interesting. Again, the stairwell's turning into a torrent and a flooded in. That's going to be difficult in that back end of the stairwell. Now, here you go. Look, you've got a lull in the flooding upstairs as the water pours through, as it evens out. So maybe that's your chance. You needed to be past the stairwell before it gets like a torrent, but all that water's got to get past you, and then it will start to even out, and you'll probably be able to go against the current there and force your way through. But strong signals sending you the other way. I like that. That was cool. Soft body simulations now. Quite a lot of adverts. I knew there would be. What's the soft bit? The marble. The tetraminos are solid at this juncture. This is strangely satisfying, isn't it? I don't know if that's rolling or just sliding down, but can't tell. It's just have to just go with it. Quite interesting to make the arches slightly smaller than the marble to have to force it to denature. Here we go, look. Here we go. Feels a bit like it could be a water drop, doesn't it? It's got a reflection of the mechanism in it. Again, the computer generated graphics, very clever, aren't they? Plop. Very satisfying, very nice. How many views did that get? 73,000. This one got 600,000. So, you see, I would prefer the one we just watched, that soft body drop thing. I thought that was much more satisfying than this. But this is piston dynamics. I suppose there is an interesting aspect of it, as you can see the work of the pistons forcing the colour under pressure up those pipes. So there is something that could be learned from this, and you can see how it works. There is something quite satisfying about this as well, isn't there? So, but there's no machine that's really built like this or looks like this. This is just a fantasy machine, and I doubt physics would work exactly like this as well. It's cut through, I suppose, so maybe it would. I don't know. Interesting concept. A few of those videos, because they're getting the views, so why wouldn't they upload a few more of them? They seem to like them. The producer of this video, series seems to like them. And then this one hit 1.2 million views 2 years ago. So maybe it became a bit of a thing. Maybe I missed this trend. I should edit out all those adverts really, but this might just get cut as it is. Maybe I missed this trend somehow. Feels like it's somewhere between Marbles and ASMR or something. It's very satisfying. If it had a really nice, well-worked sound effect track going along with it, like the squish of the pendulums and a bit of a steam engine, or maybe some satisfying sounds alongside it, I bet that would really make it sing. Has it got musical sound with it? No. But this one's got millions of views. I don't see why this is much better than the other one. Or, it's funny, the YouTube algorithm sometimes, isn't it? Really, I actually prefer the soft body physics of the water dripping down. I suppose there's something going on in the middle there. You've got this back and forth wave as it's tossing and turning these different colours. There's something nice about that. I wonder how long it would take to render a good long, 8-hour relax one of these, because that's what people would really want to see, isn't it? Maybe they're just happy with 2 minutes. 2 million views, 1.2 million views. Particle fluid, again, gone for that more, but this now, water bike, pedal powered paddle. See, I'm interested in the variety myself. Maybe that's just me. I thought it was a real person. It's not, it's a little character, but that's quite interesting, isn't it? That's a concept. I don't think it'd work in principle, but it's a concept. Mixing coloured boards, I like this. I like the first one. I'm guaranteed to like this one. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'm guaranteed to like this one. Am I? Or would I have chosen... well, you've got your primary colours in there, haven't you? And then you've gone for blue-red mix, yellow-blue mix, red-yellow mix. So you've gone for all the right colours. It's a nice layout to see it getting mixed. Maybe you could choose different order of colours. I'm quite interested to see if the blue and yellow particles mixing, if I see green, even at this resolution. It's interesting to see where they're starting to pile up as well, isn't it? I'm just going to pause this for a second. You've got the reds seeming to occupy this sort of space around the back left. You'd think over a period of time it would just become evenly mixed, but it's not. The reds are moving around to the back left, the blues are coming into the centre, the yellows are coming in and round the centre, purple's getting pushed all the way around, and orange is sitting in this corner. See, that corner is sort of maybe it's the shape of the tray compared to the mixer, but there's a corner there getting lots of orange. The corresponding corner over there is getting lots of red. It's making me think about how I mix up my food when I'm cooking and stuff. I thought it would become fairly even fairly quick, but it doesn't. It actually develops into pockets. getting quite even now. But there's still those pockets underneath you can see through the glass. They've not been touched. Once they've formed, they've not really been touched, those pockets, really. But we're getting a nice even mix. Certainly not where the colours are forming in as much, but around this end, we're now starting to get a nice even mix, even if it's more purple than anything else over here. It's noticeable that the green and the yellow are occupying the centre, and the purple and the orange and the blue here around the back. It's kind of strange, isn't it? You've still got almost like, not a pattern, but you know, definite distinct difference in certain areas. Very satisfying. Now, put them all back in the right order. You ever sorted out a bag of M&Ms, like a really big bag of M&Ms? Have you ever done that? Done the M&M sort? It's quite fun, isn't it? I'll show you a zombie ragdoll. It's got 1.6 million views. Why not? This one's not really my sort of thing, but you know, they've played to the algorithm and got a hit. Just loads of little bits going everywhere. Shredding Tetris. So this is the first Tetramino video that they do, and this is the rabbit hole that I was looking for. Shredding Tetris pieces in a little shredding thing, and it's turning them all into little particles, and then the particles get. So you've got your familiar ground here of particles and a pusher and all that. That's familiar ground. But this part, the tetraminos and the funnel, that's new. The tetraminos are made up of particles, but here's the start of the idea with I mean, you've already done soft body physics all the way through your work, so they're the tetraminos. You've used them before as solid bodies. The idea is forming, and I think the soft body Tetris is like the like sometimes when you're doing artwork, you're sort of working through ideas. You do lots of different works that, like this is a great example of it. Similar things, but versions and iterations, and you come to new ideas through it. You didn't start with soft body Tetris, but from doing little balls, pumps, pistons, a different one here, a different one there, you end up somewhere, and it's all part of a journey. But this is like the introduction of the tetraminos proper in the work like this, other than they were in the environment before with the soft body ball. It's nice to see like the artist's ideas coming through, you know, working things out, because at the moment the focus is on this final churning cylinder. I think they think this is the popular aspect of it, but the shredding of the tetraminos is nice, and the use of them is nice. Crusher Machine, Shredding Tetris Simulation 12. To me now we're approaching artwork. You know, before we were exploring some of the technological aspects. It felt quite like a tech demo, I remember saying earlier in today's rabbit hole. So now I feel that we're beyond a tech demo. We're becoming artistic. You know, there's some, I've pumped them in and I've changed all those pumping videos and all the other stuff. That was all artistic as well. This is the one where I'd say, you know, it crystallized itself into its first, not first, but maybe an outstanding work. Like, to me, this feels more like an artwork than a tech demo now. We've like, through the process of the videos I've been watching, we've been pushing closer and closer to that work, like, of art. I wouldn't have, you know, the like thing, I think, spoils it a bit from being seen as a bit more of a sophisticated artwork. It's a shame. I can see why they've done it, you know, it's their thing on their internet, but just as a standalone piece, as a piece of art, I think that this is really special, starting to get somewhere. Like, it's got a feel to it as well. Like, you didn't have to start out with an idea to say something about the world, but you know, the way it's working, I think it might be subconscious in a way. You know, you're creating machines, you're interested in engineering, physics. There's something very real about our world, you know, physics. There's something that makes this move just slightly from an animation into something a bit more 3D and realistic. That's the whole point, isn't it? That's what we're seeing. And these rotations and falls and mechanisms, I feel like they're what's going on now with the music? That's not the sort of music. That's an advert, you chuffing idiot. Yeah, good one. So the mechanism, like, it feels like there's some humanity behind the idea of, like, I know it's not human, but who created the machine, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like, and to it there's no purpose. The Tetraminos are presented and we don't organise them into a, you know, they fall apart. They're almost like a I want to say like a sponge cake or something, you know, like you get it on a napkin and you hope it doesn't fall apart while you're biting into it and the crumbs drop away. But they're all being fed into this churning mincer and turned into just, you know, mix, aren't they, at the end of it? So for that, there's something very I think if you went into a modern art gallery and that was playing on a video screen, on a big video screen at the end of the thing, and you just stood there for, like, you know, it was on a loop, and you stood there and watched that, you'd be like, wow, this is quite interesting. And it'd have a little sticker at the side saying, you know, Crusher Machine Shredding Tetris Simulation 12. I'd buy that. Like, I don't mean physically give them money for it. I mean, I'd buy into the idea that it was an art piece. So I'm impressed. I like that one. Shredding Tetris Crush Machine Dark Version Simulation 8. So I like this as well, this repetition of a theme now. Now before we were onto these particles and we're pumping them, now we're Tetraminos and shredding, and we're experimenting with our next one and our next one, and blow my own trumpet a little bit, a bit like when you make ASMR videos and you know, experiment on a theme, and eventually you come to the one that's actually the good one. But you had to get there through these other ones. The other ones are all good as well, they're all part of it, but it's like if you write an album of music, you know, there's a couple of songs on there that are the reason the album exists, and a couple more that are the songs that you wrote in the process of writing those songs. Maybe you've got a really strong album and there's no filler, but do you know what I mean? Like, you write a few songs, you get to the good. It's not that, like, the first song you write is the good song. It might be for some people, but you know what I'm saying. You go through a iterative process, and you don't throw away the iterations. They're all so good. All the remixes, you know, before the hit. This is 41,000 views, so it's not been the most popular one, but I actually quite like this as well. Just like I like the previous one, I quite like this. Something hypnotic and calming and relaxing about it, and the idea that the Tetraminos are not falling into place, and, you know, they're just dropping and being shredded. Fuck your game, fuck your Tetris. Like, we just shred it. Just shred that. Turn it into multicoloured mix. And you can see in the mix even still, you know, there's what once was a square piece and what once was this piece. There's a bit of a patch of a turquoise there, and there's a bit of a green over here. Even though they're being mixed relatively evenly. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Crushing Tetris with hydraulic press, lovely. Because the hydraulic press was a bit of a trend, wasn't it? There was 2 or 3 hydraulic press channels on Tinternet for a bit. There still are. It's just, you know what I mean? It came up as a thing that happened on YouTube for a bit. So I would see those videos and I'd say, well, I could do an animation of my... It's quite nice, actually. Quite a nice way to do it there. Very nice, in fact. Again, creating an interesting, not a pattern, but an interesting effect of order amongst the chaos. Is this called extrusion? I don't know, but I would expect there to be a lot more mixing of the particles once that, thoroughly squashing them into particles and allowing them all to be pushed off And then there's a funnel down here that's creating extra movement as they funnel down the hole, but they're still basically all in the same area. You know, there's not much mixing of those particles, is there? Quite interesting. Particle fluid elevator simulation, 200,000. Particle fluid elevator simulation, 700,000. So we'll go with the 700,000 version. It's just going to be satisfying to watch them drop through the Pinko array, won't it? But there's not anything really interesting to me here, but it will just be interesting to watch them drop through. Kind of interesting, they basically fill the whole grid, don't they? Mainly in the middle. That's the... If I just pause that, not all Pinko machines are created the same, but you know, going dropping things into a pin machine, you can see there in the middle. That's where the most of them go. Around the edges, that's not so popular, is it? Down the middle, slamming it, and right in the middle, that's the main one. Just a visual representation of statistical probability. Very, very interesting to see. I really like that. I didn't know I was going to enjoy this as much as I do. Very impressed. Still a lot flowing down those edges, actually, but if I pause it again, you see at the top, there's a lot flowing down those side edges, but when it gets to this bottom edge, it's very evenly distributed, except for the middle slamming it. Middle slamming it. As you move towards the middle, much more distribution of drop. So if you're going to be picking which place these things drop out of, you've got to be picking that middle section and get your winnings. Very interesting. Promised you a proper rabbit hole, didn't I? This is a Tesla valve. So the Tesla valve, I don't think it's anything to do with Elon Musk. The Tesla valve is that you can actually create a valve, like a water... I won't be able to explain it without... Look, this will show it. The water's going to go in the one direction, and it's not going to be able to flow back against itself. So it's like a one-way valve for the water. See, the way the water that flows back actually ends up going the same way. And if you tried to push the water in the other way, it would go round itself and back on and come... It's a one-way system for water. So that's it flowing in that one direction. But if you were to pump water in the other direction... I wonder if they're going to do that here. Yeah. So they're going to pump water in the other direction, I'm assuming. Or are they just messing with the light? The theory is the water should not come back on itself. I don't know what's going on, if I'm honest. I know it's a one-way valve for water that doesn't require any moving parts, but it doesn't look like it's working to me here. Or maybe they just go in the one way. Oh, soft body Tetris 1. Hang on, have I missed some here? Because I've moved on to hydraulic press and Tesla valve, but I missed these down here, didn't I? How did I miss this? Soft body Tetris 1 a year ago. And there's me talking about the shredders being a step before it. It was a step after it. Soft body Tetris 1 there. Crushing Tetris with hydraulic press. We saw that. Shredding Tetris crusher machine. We saw that, didn't we? And then soft body Tetris came next. And then soft body Tetris 2. So it did shredding happen first, and then soft body. It's all happening in the same sort of time. A bit disappointed that I got them out of sync, but you know, it's still a good rabbit hole, don't worry. Cheeky adverts. I'm not sure I appreciate the striped Tetraminos, but it is what it is. It's an alternative to the original, isn't it? So why not go a bit alternative? It's just going to grab a drink. It's nice the way the program to all, fit together. That got 1.6 million views. Soft Body Tetris got 1 million views. $4.7 million views, sorry. So Soft Body Tetris did really well. Shredding Tetris did really well. It's interesting though. I mean, you can see why some of these got a lot of views, but some of these are very similar, and some of them do well and some of them don't. And if I was an uploader, what's interesting about this is these are all really abstract. Like when you're looking at the thumbnails, other than something like Soft Body Tetris, which I can see why that would stand out, but a couple of them, but this Shredding Tetris Crusher Machine, 2.4 million. The next one very similar, 700,000. The next one very similar, 300,000. The next one 4 million. I don't know what it says. It says to me, which is quite interesting as a YouTube creator, is that even at this top end of millions of views, doing good work, regular, like it's simple and to a theme. Some of it is getting loads of, and it's not because some of it is particularly different or special or standout. And if you do repeat the same sort of thing, it's not that you repeat the same sort of success every time. Like, as a YouTube creator that doesn't do something as abstract, I would think, oh, it's something we're doing. It's like, it's because we're playing Fallout, or it's because of this thing that I'm, do you know what I mean? Like, let's say let's say I start wearing a red hat, and I suddenly get 1 million views. I would think, oh, maybe it's the red hat. Or a better example for what we do is, something I do content-wise, because I do a lot of different content, which is against the algorithmic. I know. The variety's hurting me, I know. But I would look at something that got popped up on my channel and did better than something else and say, wow, that's done quite well. Maybe I should do more of that, Shredding Tetris Crusher Machine. And when I did and didn't get the same response, I'd think, oh, have I not done as well this time, or am I doing something different? But actually, I'm seeing from this abstract perspective that, no, it's not really like that. You do a body of work that in the same vein is all reasonable standard together, and YouTube will give some of it a bit more priority, and some of it will really hit the mark for all the things will come together and you'll get the success. And others, all the things can come together and you don't get the same success, despite, like that Soft Body Simulation 2 there. That's only got 73,000 views. Soft Body Tetris 4.7, just because the addition of Tetris, maybe that's that extra thing or whatever, but do you know what I'm saying? I'd say, and then the next one only got 1.6, it got half the number. 1 and 2, very similar. Okay, 1 is better. Is it twice as good? It's hard to say that there's a formula for this, and if you get it right, repeat it, and then you get repeated success. Soft Body Tetris 3 here, 3 months ago, only 200,000 views up to now. Soft Body Tetris 4, 13 days ago, only 30,000 views up to now. I wonder if they're not performing as well, despite it being the formula. After everything we've done on the channel, we can see that Soft Body Tetris is all of the best things we do put together to make the exact perfect video for our channel. So let's try and repeat that success. No, it's not happening for you. But Particle Fluid Turbine Simulation, that's got nearly 1 million views, so that was a good one. Shredding Tetris Crusher Machine Simulation 27 has got 1.6 million views, despite being very similar to these ones down here that didn't get... That one did alright, this one didn't. I think that the key is that overall you have to sort of step back and say, okay, you might get 1 or 2 videos that really are like the crystalline perfect, the platonic perfection idea of what one of our videos is, but you really have to step back and say some of them do better than others, but overall if we keep doing them some of them will do better than others, and overall we're doing this. You know, it's hard to say that. For me, they're all very similar videos, and I'm surprised that the success is so varied. But even as I say it, I recognise that some of them are a bit more perfect than others for the algorithm, for the, you know, the combination of thumbnail and title and content, even amongst something so similar as these videos. It's very, very interesting, that is. It's very interesting as a study in what is successful and not on YouTube with the views, and how you would try and then change your content to make it more successful. Because here you've got such an abstract, and you're only changing certain variables, you know, Tetris shapes being crushed or going through a grinder, crusher or grinder, which one's better? But some crusher videos get better than grinder videos, and some grinder videos get better than crusher videos. I bet if they had, like, you know, a statistical breakdown of this, it would be very difficult to say exactly what is the thing that's right. But it's a combination of Tetris, crushing, simulating, soft body, and all of the videos are that. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Let's have another one down this rabbit hole. Lots of adverts. I do apologise. I know what's going to happen here. Yup. Very satisfying, and I wonder which one we're going to follow. We're just going to pan back and see them both. It's not a race. They're both going to be... Well, they don't have to be perfectly even now, do they? Because they're going through the simulation, so one could get ahead of the... Look, it looks like orange has got ahead. Interesting. Or they could be programmed to do exactly the same thing as they go through. You know, I don't know the answer. I don't know if this is reactionary physics or if it's simulated it and decided this is how it would work, so all will work the same. It looks like orange is slightly behind now. They do look like they're out of sync. It looks like blue got well ahead. So it's more of a simulation than a... It's not like they've taken the two and just copy-pasted them, putting them next to each other, like a, you know, a CGI component of a video might think of it. It was actually a full simulation, soft body simulation. Well played. Well played. And it's interesting to me as well that as you go through this, like years ago, there's not much difference between what they're doing years ago and what they're doing now. So maybe they needed to change more. Maybe soft body Tetris 03 is not different enough from their content. Although that's wrong, it's against what YouTube says. You know, I don't mean what YouTube says, but, you know, you find a formula that works and it's working and you repeat it and that's the algorithm and, you know, you're doing... Do you know what I mean? That's the whole thing, isn't it? But maybe there's a certain point where if you just keep repeating the same thing, the algorithm says, okay, we've seen that now, but people, once they've seen it, it's no longer novel. Or maybe this comes up again every few generations and someone says, oh, have you seen this? Oh, I haven't. No, I haven't seen it. So, you know, maybe it comes up again for... Maybe it's got an ever-bubbling sort of number of views it's getting overall, and it sort of trends every now and then amongst people who haven't seen it. I don't know. Certainly very satisfying. I should, you know, that was my little thoughts about it as a channel, as artwork has been presented and it's been successful. I should stop talking about that now, really. It's interesting though, because, you know, YouTuber and all that. But this is very satisfying again, the way it's all fitting in. I prefer it without the twist, the DNA double helix things on the side. I'm not really into those. So I prefer it with a cleaner, much cleaner UI. Framing, a much cleaner framing. Shredding Tetris Crusher Machine 27, 1.6 million views. So it's still good, you know, 5 months ago, this is still pulling in the views. And it's very similar to one of the early ones they did, isn't it? So it's kind of surprising that going back to this, and they've crammed in more Tetraminos now, lots more. But as we've seen through their content, this is probably not, for me, this is probably not the most standout, extraordinary one of their videos. It's one of the more tame, more formulaic videos. You know, we've got the tetraminos, we've got these organisational gears and turbine thing. You know, we've got it all. Let's piece it together in a slightly different way and churn it out. There you go. Churn it out. And it worked, though. 1.6 million. I don't know why. For me, this is not the most satisfying of them all. It's working quite quickly. And because there's so many pieces packed in and there's so much mixing being done, by the time it's getting into this bowl now, they are thoroughly mixed. Quite thoroughly mixed. So I'm not even getting to enjoy seeing that mixing process happen. The bowl's moving slower. I would have, if you'd given me that and stood it next to, you know, this one, for example, said which one's going to get 1 million views and which one's only going to get in the tens of thousands, I'd have said this video 1 million views, the other one the tens of thousands, because this is a lot more clear what's happening and a lot more visceral watching it get chopped up. And as they get chopped up, you see them enter that bowl, and like I said before, you know, now we're going to get a purple one go in, and you can see where that purple one sits in the bowl and how it gets mixed in at the bottom. You know, you can trace the remnants of these tetraminos as they're being destroyed. And it really has the feel of a Tetris game where the pieces, you know, when they get to the very top and you're like, oh no, I can't keep up. Well, don't fucking worry. We're just gonna destroy them as they drop. So you don't have to worry about the game anymore. You've earned a super upgrade where you just destroy them as they drop. It has a feel of like ultimate power, not having to worry about the fast. Because when it gets to the top and it gets fast, you're like, oh no, don't have to worry now. My munching machine will take over. There's a very much a satisfaction to that. So I would see this as the big favourite. Look, even now you can see there's a turquoise patch, a purple vein. It's very interesting the way they fall together now at the end. That one, it's a similar Tetris shredding crusher machine simulation, and the thumbnail as well, quite an interesting image. And I can sort of see what's happening. The tetraminos are at the top and the shredder things at the bottom. That's only got 23,000 views a year ago. But this one that we just watched, number 27, that's got 1.6 million views 5 months ago. And I would argue that I prefer the other one. I mean, it is what it is. If I was running this channel, I wouldn't know what to do next. I wouldn't know which combination of things is the best. Certainly, what I personally feel is the most satisfying is not what's coming out on top all the time. But of course, soft body Tetris, no one's arguing. That's the best one. Let's just see what it looks like as most popular. Video is most popular. Yeah, soft body Tetris is the best one. But look at the variety. It's not soft body Tetris 1, 2, 3. It's soft body Tetris is the best one. Then the next best one is particle fluid piston simulation. And then it likes flood simulation. And then it likes shredding Tetris. And then shredding Tetris. So you'd think shredding Tetris is the thing, but it's not. Skeleton versus zombie and soft body Tetris pops back up with particle fluid turbine. Like these 3 different things are all occupying the 3 top slots. And when you try and do a different version of them, it says, no, I don't know about that. YouTube is not saying the one thing is the best. It's actually saying the variety is good, isn't it? Even within a strange niche like this. But you're allowed to repeat one thing and get double. You know, your second one won't. It'll do about half as well, but you can repeat it and get some. You know, sort of like super duper double views. But when you hit on a really good one, it's the one really good one that stands out and stays up there. These are all similar duplicates, I suppose, aren't they? You can duplicate your success. Then the duplicates here, which again, I don't see why these are any different to the ones we just looked at, but these ones, no, not quite as good for some reason. Not quite as good as these ones. The only difference is these ones maybe have got darker backgrounds. That's all I can really see off the top of my head. But these ones not as good for some reason. But then here's some darker backgrounds which didn't do as well. So forget your theories. Just enjoy the rainbow flow of balls. It's been a good rabbit hole, this. I've really enjoyed looking through this YouTube channel and their work. It's all very satisfying. I haven't learned really much. Sometimes when you put balls in a mix, you think they're mixing, but they're not mixing that well. Other times they can mix really well. And if you think you've got a good formula for YouTube, well, maybe. I might be wrong here, but it looks like there's fewer balls at the top levels than there are at the bottom levels, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? They fall down, but after a period of time, you'd think once everything's covered in balls, isn't everything covered in balls? But no, they fall down. You do get more at the bottom than the top. That was quite nice. This is the work of Imberpixel. 80,000 subs. Interesting that, isn't it? 80,000 subs. I didn't want to subscribe. I said I didn't want these in my inbox all the time. I just want to watch the whole rabbit hole and enjoy it and then say that I've seen it. Maybe come back in a year or two. But I can't see there's going to, for me personally, if you're going to release another particle fluid, another Tetris one, I've seen them now. I'm happy. I like the different ones. Most of all, I liked the Titanic sinking. I thought the Swamp Ghost was very impressive. I like the variety myself. As a consumer of YouTube, that's what I like. But the Titanic, there was something special about being able to picture yourself in that situation and think, fuck. So that was a good one. That was, for me as well, that was very different from the other ones. It was, these are simulations. And you've created these things and they're simulations, but this was simulating a thing. Like, you've got the water, now it's got a purpose. What's happening when it does this? Similar to the water wave and the tsunami wave. What's it like when a tsunami happens? What's it like when what would it be like if you... I think a good form... I might be wrong. This person's got 1 million views. I don't need to tell them how to suck eggs. But, what's it like if water floods a skyscraper? What's it like if water floods a 2-story house, a 3-story house? Different scenarios like that would be interesting to me. If I had the technology, I'd set up a few different scenarios and see how they play out like that. Maybe some disaster scenarios might be interesting, yeah. But I'm very happy with Imberpixel. Well done. That's a good rabbit hole content. I'm going to cut that into a little video and just dump it up on YouTube. That's how content works. I've got loads of rabbit holes that I want to take us down and show us. So instead of me just doing that on my own at 2 in the morning, I've done it as a video. I think that's better, isn't it? It's certainly better for me. Hopefully I might get some views and subscribers. If you're watching this and you've watched this point in the video, you're either asleep or subscribed already, so I'm preaching to the choir now. But if you could subscribe to me, that would be an awful boon for me. Awfully good. That's a good, in the UK, it's awfully good. It'd be a real boon for me. I am at the point now where I'm ready to push YouTube and say, hey, I've been around the block on YouTube. I've been here and there, dabbling. Had a little bit of success here and a bit of failure there, to be honest. There's been ups and downs. But I'm ready now. I've learned a lot and I think I'm doing reasonable content. That was a decent little react, wasn't it? We've gone somewhere. We've had a little think and a talk. I've added a bit. I'm ready to start picking up and making a thing of this. I don't need 1 million views. I don't need 1 million billion views, but a few more subscribers, a few more viewers, make it a regular, be able to live off my work as a content creator. That would be pretty fucking awesome for me. So I'd like it and subscribe, you fucker. I'm saying that about YouTube while I'm streaming on Twitch, but I'm going to cut that into a YouTube video, so you have to just accept it. I love the idea that Twitch is like a live YouTube recording session. I've got one other thing that I can't do on stream. There's a game that came out called... I'm going to have a quick look to see if I can get you a picture, but I'll have to turn off the Firefox. You won't be able to see it. It's called Sex with Hitler 2. Now, I did initially think maybe I should be streaming on Chatterbait for this, but... Sex with Hitler. Can I get an image of it and it won't be horrifically gratuitous sex? Yes, but no, but yes. Got the newspaper, the Daily Star. More options, reject all. Reject all then, thanks. And then I'll show you the internet. Is that right? Yeah. Sex with Hitler game slammed for historical inaccuracy because he's got 2 balls. Gamers are calling for a Sex with Hitler video game to be banned, not just because of its disrespect to World War II victims and veterans, but because of one or other 2 glaring inaccuracies. A vile new video game where players control Adolf Hitler having sex has come under heavy fire for its offensive content and glaring historical inaccuracies. This isn't new news. This is 2022 though. This is January 2022. Along the way, Sex with Hitler sees players fight their way across the battlefields of World War II as Adolf Hitler. Along the way, Hitler meets 6 different characters who can be unlocked for some truly depraved and explicit Nazi romps with the Fuhrer himself, as well as attracting criticism for its vile portrayal of the genocidal dictator. Sex with Hitler has ruffled more than a few feathers for one detail, or rather 2 in particular. Hitler's testicles, he's only got 1 ball, we know. The other's in the Albert Hall. His mother, the dirty bugger, cut it off when he was small. The game lets players watch Hitler have sex with various animated women on the back. So, there's a problem with it, right? Can you see where it's a bit difficult for terms of service? This is not one of the horrible scenes, but some of the pictures that I've seen are quite graphic, and they've got all the parts going on. You're not going to be able to play it on stream, absolutely not. And plus, it's got all this Nazi Hitler stuff going on. So it's going to be a bit edgy, but because it's a game and it's funny, you know, you're allowed to have jokes and cartoons about Hitler, aren't you, on YouTube? Like, Hitler can appear in media and be a joke, can't he? I think that's okay. So what I'm going to have to do, though, I thought, should I stream this on... I need to either find an 18+ streaming service, and I looked on the internet for an 18+ streaming service, but you won't believe what I found. I meant like a streaming service where you could stream, you know, adult content, like games that are a bit rude, and like sometimes a picture of a willy might come up and you don't get banned because it's a picture of a willy, that sort of thing. But the sites where I found where you're allowed to show pictures of willies, they're doing all sorts. They're showing more than their willies. There's all sorts going on. I didn't realise they wouldn't. I was just looking for somewhere to stream this game, and it turned out to be this other whole thing. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to end up streaming on the sex websites. I don't want to do that. So instead, what I thought I'd do is I'd play Sex with Hitler. I'd play Sex with Hitler, but I haven't got Sex with Hitler 1. I've got Sex with Hitler 2. It's just come out, the new one. I don't want to play number 1 and number 2. I just got the new one. I've already bought it. It's on Steam. I've already bought it. The Sex with Hitler game will leave you feeling dirty and disgusted with yourself. So, released 5 days before Nazi Holocaust Memorial Day, an international day of remembrance for the millions of Jews murdered in Nazi death camps, it's clear the creators of this game have no concern whatsoever for the victims of Hitler's regime. Well, Sex with Hitler, anyway. So, I've already bought it on Steam, and my plan is that I'm going to have to just play it offline. And what I was just saying then, sometimes I stream to a really quiet stream, like slow stream you might call it. That's fine. It's like a live recording session. I'm tired. It's Sunday night. I've deliberately come on as an extra. No one really knows I didn't advertise it, so to speak. It's just a little extra. But sometimes even when I advertise it, there'll be quiet streams. But I want to play Sex with Hitler, but I'm not going to be able to. I don't want to stream on a rude website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Sex with Hitler offline, and just like I've done today, I'll consider it like a quiet stream. I'll talk my way through it. I'll pretend there's people there, like I used to when I used to record videos before I did this live stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've just described the process of making a video from the point of view of a live streamer. But I'm going to do it off camera. I'll have to, but that's coming. Sex with Hitler. I'll make a funny video out of it, I'm sure. I hope. And what's also coming up, let me get the calendar out. I'm going to start doing this regular now. Calendar. You're going to start regularly seeing the calendar. The Google Calendar, mate. Google it. That's the one. So we've got Stray, we've got Christmas. I've also got Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Lego, and Shadows of Mordor. A couple of Lords of the Rings games. I think they're going to go quite well. I don't know. I haven't penciled it in exactly. You know, when Stray finishes, Lord of the Rings starts maybe, or Lego Hobbit or whatever. Maybe do Hobbit first and Lord of the Rings second in the right order. Anyway, we'll play those games around this Christmas time. You can see there's a week and a half here. Christmas will be involved, but I will have some streaming time probably in there. And we want to start playing some other games on this stream. I'll probably play them on Twitch. Probably try and play some of them on my B-side YouTube channel a bit as well. You know, be a bit here, be a bit there. Try and keep everything bubbling up and bubbling under. Before next year we start to really... The music just gave us a little kick off then, didn't it? Next year we're going to really start to kick in with this proper schedule where you'll see some step up in the media. Not all every episode, but you'll see some step up. Thus is going to repeat on Mondays. Actually, it shouldn't be Thursdays. Thus Thursday. It looks like a Thursday. Maybe I should change that. Everything's subject to change. But thus is our regular pod. You know, I don't know if Monday's a good night for a podcast. I just do it on a Monday, but we could change that. You never know. I might look into it and see what's the best night for a podcast and do it on that night, as long as it works with Steve. We're going to get Mads probably on in January now, it looks like, for an interview. He's a game developer, creator of the Forest Quartet, a game we played, which you can see on the Ganji Kid channel. If you want to see my channel, you want to go to YouTube and Ganji Kid. It's well worth a subscription over here. That's what I'm hoping to. I need to crack 1,000 next year. We need to push this. It needs to go up. The number needs to go up. But the live stream archive over here contains the Forest Quartet stream where we played the game and we've got a developer interview there. So we've already got Mads on interview. In the process of developing the game, we interviewed him. But we've got him coming back in January now the game has been released. So that's going to happen. So when I say a step up in quality, I mean it's not just going to be me talking over reacting videos and stuff, playing games. There's going to be other people on the stream talking with me about interesting stuff. So we're going to we're going to have interviews. I'm also going to get people in this room. I'll just quickly, that's the rest of the room. It's dark now, the lights are off, but I've got an actual set that I can use to create content. So I'm going to start making some, interesting content. That's my plan. Get that done. Sticking to a bit of a schedule. Being on YouTube in the daytime. That's the red ones are YouTube streams. Thus is on. It's tomorrow we're doing this as well. John Bennett Ramsey for Christmas special. They're on YouTube. On the YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel now, it makes much more sense to me now. My YouTube channel, whether it be videos or lives, is going to be more long form conversational content. Oh, my tummy's starting to rumble now. It's long form. It's like a 2 hour, a 3 hour. It's interesting, podcasty, long form conversational content. Sometimes it's a bit confrontational even. You never know. But it's long form conversational content, that sort of format, a 2 or 3 hour episode. Sometimes it's going to be words on stream. We're going to be playing games, give money to charity, daytime YouTube streams. But you'll see, it will make sense. That channel will make sense, the Ganji Kid channel. And the gaming and stuff like that, if it's on Twitch and it's... Let me just quickly find the channels. If it's on Twitch and it's Genshin Impact related, it's going on Ganji Impact. That's going to... By January, that will have fully taken shape and an episode like today will appear there tomorrow. This one won't. This will take about a week for me to get it up, but eventually an episode like this will appear there tomorrow. That makes sense. Ganji Impact. And other stuff, if it's not Ganji Impact and it's not long-form conversational content, and what is it? What is it? Then it can go here on Battery Exhausted, where I have got a game dev interview. That needs to come over to the other channel. But recently we've been doing a few lives where, what is it? Could be DSP stuff, could be WWE Champions time. I could upload a video here or two, like when I played House Flipper earlier. That goes there. This is not a Choose Your Own React video for legal reasons. A 2 hour react to the Choose Your Own React books video. That goes there. You know, it's starting to fall into place, isn't it? This is sort of, I can't explain what it is, but it is this. I'm battery exhausted. Gaming and conversation, but not Genshin Impact and not the main channel. That's fine. Cuts is just straightforward. It's like Asmongold TV. It's your clips channel. Not short clips, but cuts. Something of about 20 minutes to an hour, anywhere around that. Cuts. And if it's clips, you know, if it's shorter things, 10 minutes and under, then we're looking at the clips. That makes sense there. Loads of channels. It's all coming together though. You know, I've got my media in order now. Mental Health Monday exists as an archive. True Binaural, similar sort of thing, although we want to try and make one video before Christmas. Light Horse is some music that I'm doing. I'll add to that as and when. But it makes sense, doesn't it? My media empire. My tummy's rumbling now, I tell you. But I'm not going to fill it up before bed. I'm just going to do something light, like porridge. But yeah, my little media empire's coming together here. So the thing that I want to do in the new year, like I say, is maintain this main channel with some good quality content. Good quality content, not any shonky old rubbish. Good quality content. If you watch the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 words on stream, 14. Twitch goes down and I had to play Genshin Impact. That doesn't count. Words on stream didn't work in the chat. Okay, that didn't count. They weren't total quality. They weren't all organised. But the last sort of 14 episodes there have been what I would consider decent quality content. Yeah, happy with that. The lives. The uploads used to be Genshin Impact. Moved it to its own channel. Happy with that. Now the uploads will be quality content that fits there. You're right, little dog. You just woke up. Daddy's still talking. But yeah, I think next year's going to be a good year for us. So make sure you check that out. I've done enough talking about it. It's something that I worry about and think about a lot. So excuse me if I talk about it a bit during the content. It's not really content, is it? Me describing that I'm doing content. But make sure you have a look at those things and subscribe to them, please. Thank you. I'll play Sex with Hitler offline and make a video out of it. Look out for it. And I'll be more... Oh, I showed pictures by mistake then. I hope I didn't show anything too... Whoa. Nothing too bad there, is there? No. Okay, good. But this is the sort of thing you're talking about. I've got Safe Search on, so it should be okay. And I've got ideas. You know, we've got lots of streams coming up. We've got a schedule to keep. So... it will all be good. 2-year streaming anniversary on the 15th of January. We'll do something special for that. I want to play... we'll probably be playing... as much as this is the schedule, we will probably be playing games on Twitch in the evenings as well sometimes. So some of the Lord of the Rings content will probably be additional in days like this. Look. And they'll call me Scotty 2 streams. Additional, look. It'll all make sense. So you be good, my little puckos. I'm going to go and feed some porridge to my tummy. I think we've done some good work tonight. I think we've made some interesting insights. Played a bit of Genshin Impact and went down a rabbit hole. Yeah, I like it. Good Sunday stuff. And I will see you on Monday for Thus, which is going to be a big one this week. And then leading up to Christmas, we're playing Stray and giving some money to a cat charity. So you be good, my little puckos. And remember, if you can't be good, you're naughty.